Welcome to Bowling Green. It's a week 2 matchup of college football as Eastern Kentucky comes calling from 4.5 hours away to take on Bowling Green. It's a non-conference game, but for both teams very significant as they want to jump eventually into conference play with some momentum and an opportunity at a bowl game. Jim Barber and Randy Buffington, who started Akron as a wide receiver. Well, ordinarily when you talk FCS versus FBS, you say blowout for FBS. What do you think today?
Not at all, Jim. Listen, this is going to be a heck of a game. Both of these teams have a lot to play for. And looking at EKU, they had a really great game against Eastern Michigan last week. They weren't able to walk away with the win, but they showed out. And one of the people that they plan on playing for is on the sideline today. Walt Wells. They want to win for Walt. That's their head coach who went down with a scary cardiac episode last week, but thankfully he's on the sideline and healthy, and it's to be a show.
It is good to see Coach Wells back. Well, he is out indefinitely as a head coach. Sure looks like a head coach to me out there, Randy.
Absolutely. You can't keep a head coach off the sideline. It doesn't matter what's going on.
And his ample replacement is Gary McPeak, who has a number of great phrases, and he shared with us earlier in the week that he's living a Disney movie. By being the interim head coach, he's hoping for a happy ending, as most Disney movies have typically.
Absolutely. Gary McPeak is going to handle all the calls today. He's leading the reins, and he doesn't want to get in the way. He knows that Walt has built a really solid program, and he just wants to be himself and don't let the team down.
Mason Lawler set to kick off for the Falcons in the home white. It is a whiteout today here at Dwight Perry Stadium, and we're pleased to have you with us for the next 3.5 to 4 hours. That's Scott Loeffler, year 4, trying to rebuild the Falcon program with 7 wins in 30 games. He needs this game today, certainly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he's challenging his offense and his entire team to step up to the plate. They have a whiteout, a lot of fans out here to celebrate, so let's see if they can make it happen.
Well, you promised us a close game here, so I'm going to hold you to it. And we hope for the best and a safe and healthy afternoon for all. And we are off and hit alignment in the front. Ball is loose. Falcons are diving for it. Almost plays like an onside kick. And Bowling Green gets the football. How about that?
Wow, what a start.
Well, was it by design or by accident?
That's the real question.
Either way, the Falcons are going to get the ball. The kick was short, hit an up man, and because it hit an up man, it's a live football, and Bowling Green gets the ball.
All hands on deck.
Wow.
That's one way to start.
And it'll start from the 38-yard line just a few seconds in. So Matt McDonald is the quarterback for Bowling Green. He's the Boston College transfer who came along with his coach, one of the assistants at BC for a few years back. He's expecting a better game out of McDonald today. Set up a short pass out of the backfield. It's a good way to get a quarterback under control to start the game, and as a result, with a quick hit to Ron Keith, first down.
Yeah, Keith, he is mentioned as a hybrid guy. You'll see him a lot in third down situations, but we just got a first down out of him after a big catch and run.
Loeffler didn't like McDonald the way he played in yesterday or last week's game against UCLA, and perhaps we can expand on that as he goes to a run play on 1st and 10, and it doesn't gain much. What's the biggest problem right now as far as Loeffler is concerned with Matt McDonald?
Yeah, it was just a few miscues and overthrowing receivers and just not putting everything together like they have in practice. That first game, they might have had a few jitters out there, but he's an experienced leader. He's a tough guy in his program. He's been a 3-year starter, so they just expect him to get things going, and he should.
After no gain, 2nd and 10. McDonald on the rollout. Little dump-off pass. Worked the first time. Sims with a catch. And Christian Sims, who may be playing on Sundays and Mondays and Thursday nights somewhere down the line in the National Football League, makes things happen.
Absolutely. Christian Sims, a big boy on the end. Tight ends are always quarterbacks' best friends. And made a big play up there. 6'4", 240-pound senior. He's a leader in this locker room.
Yep. It's a pickup of 14. It's a first down to the Eastern Kentucky 36. Just moments into our non-conference game today from Deutsch Perry Stadium. Everybody up on the line of scrimmage, trying to stop Mosley, and he may have picked up a yard. Last week, Eastern Kentucky allowed 124 yards on the ground and 33 carries by Eastern Michigan. That was slightly under 4 per carry. That's Chase Lassiter, who is one of the many transfers in the portal from FAU. That's Florida Atlantic. On second down. Huge hole. Ron Keith inside the 20.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what coach doesn't like balance between passing and running?
Absolutely, and Leffler mentioned this. They wanted to get a balanced attack on offense and establish the running game early. TK did just that. Oh, spoke too soon. Got wrapped up a little early there, didn't he?
And for a loss on the play, back to the 24. Lassiter has made his presence known very quickly today. Switch numbers coming into the game. Maybe that's got something to do with his strong showing so far.
Absolutely, got to be ready.
Loss of 5, second and 15. Home white uniforms for the Falcons with orange numerals, and movement on the offensive line on the right side will cost them 5.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Ron Hudson is our official today. It's a potpourri of conference officials from different leagues. Adam McClurg's the umpire. Greg Gumpf is the head linesman. Jen Burke, the side judge. A.J. Haddock is the line judge. Stacy Jamison, field judge. Jamie Burback, judge. Our center judge is Donald Bratton II. Amber Cornell is our officiator for replay, and Darwin Schaefer is our replay official. McDonald looking to shoot it downfield. Now out of trouble again, another dump off. What kind of pressure do you think that Eastern Kentucky is getting so far on him?
He has a good amount of time back there, and Matt McDonald might have missed the guy, and Levi Gazaric right down the seam at tight end, but he dumped it off for a bit of a gain. They need to make some room here because they got a little ways to go.
Believe it or not, in field goal range should they stop this drive at this point on third down. Got to pick up 17, and the line to gain is down at the 9. McDonald again from the shotgun, 4-man rush. They get to him, and it's an incomplete pass. Good pressure from the right side on Matt McDonald. So the drive stalls, and that means a field goal try coming up likely.
That's some pressure for you right there.
There's Lassiter again.
We've been saying his name all day. Big hit, QB hurries. Almost pulled off the sack on that one.
Mason Lawler coming on for what would be a 45-yarder. Trying to save the drive and make some points. Falcons 3, Eastern Kentucky nothing. So while the drive stalls, Mason Lawler comes through. And we will go to a break. 4 minutes into our game today between a team from the FCS and one from the FBS. Aided by, I guess, what you'd call an onside kick, hitting one of the up men of Eastern Kentucky, giving the football to Bowling Green on the opening kickoff. Then a 9-play, 36-yard drive resulting in 3 points. For the Falcons, that'll be the Colonel's chance to get on the scoreboard as we get ready to begin again from Deutsch Perry Stadium. Randy Buffington, Jim Barber, and our fine ESPN Plus crew. Bowling Green playing in immense heat last week in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Heat index about 110. Actual temperature 98. Leffler told us early in the week we wore down.
They were doing some sweat.
Hydrate as well as we should have.
They were doing some sweating out there, absolutely. And we saw some cramps on the sidelines for a few of those guys. Thankfully, we don't have those temperatures for the field and for us in the booth.
Lawler's 45-yarder could be matched by the competition because Patrick Nations has got a leg that can hit 60. Of course, competition is a little different than practice, but nonetheless, they feel very comfortable with him from 50. So Mason Lawler has already been busy with an onside kick that was successful and a 45-yard field goal. This time he'll go deep. And so Eastern Kentucky will start from its own 25. First time on offense today. And he is the pride of Coalfield, Tennessee. His name is Parker McKinney. Population by way of the town, 2,351. Proud souls, and McKinney put together some strong numbers last week in a loss in Ypsilanti. He was 35 of 51 for 351 and 3 scores.
Absolutely. There's a lot to like about Parker McKinney. He's a leader on this offense, a 3-year starter, a very cerebral quarterback. And both sides know this. He knows exactly where the ball is going on every single play.
Doesn't talk a lot, though, but that's okay.
Yeah, leading by example.
Showing blitz on the first play, and then they back off. And able to smother up the run nonetheless for not much of a gain. Walter Hare, 56 with a tackle. He is an amazing story.
Yeah.
Out of Indianapolis, North Central High School. Didn't look as if he was going to make the program with Scott Loeffler, and Scott spent a couple of weeks with him early in the morning. Developed a nice relationship, and when Walter's dad passed, I think that helped a lot.
Absolutely, and that's what you need in a coach, to be there for you in the tough times, not just on the field.
Absolutely. Second down, a lot of time for McKinney. And a safety valve pass that moves the football past the 30-yard line. So it'll be third and manageable coming up. Just to pick up a 4, it'll be third down and 5. 5 minutes in. Eastern Kentucky with great fourth quarter against Eastern Michigan, falling short by 8. That was on a Friday night, so they had an extra day to get ready for this Saturday afternoon game. Bowling Green rushes 4. Across the middle, pass complete. Is it enough for the first down? It's awfully close. Eastern Kentucky on the sideline says yes. The far side official said short by a yard. We'll see who wins out here.
That's a name you're going to hear a lot today. Number 13, Dakota Allen. He has a lot of interest. He's only in his second year playing tight end. He's a former quarterback. But he's a matchup nightmare for a lot of teams.
So Gary McPeak, the interim coach, decides they will not take a chance on 4th and 1 unless they go with a hard count here. That brings them the Australian kicker, Jeremy Edwards. Both teams have kickers from down under.
Yep.
By the way, they're finishing up their summer year, about to enter the fall. Catch made at the 30. And this drive will begin shortly thereafter. So Rogers with a modest return. And 6 minutes in, Bowling Green will have the football. When we come back, Falcons 3, Colonels nothing. A sun-drenched afternoon for Game 2 of the season for both Eastern Kentucky and Bowling Green. Not a large history between the two schools, just meeting for the 6th time. Last time they met, it was a shootout in which Pope scored 3 times for Bowling Green in a victory over EKU. It was 42-35. Always, when I say back in 2018, it sounds like it was a long time ago. That's only, what, 4 years?
Right.
Decades always make it sound longer than it needs to be. This drive will begin at the Bowling Green 32. Falcons out of the Mid-American Conference and the Colonels from the ASUN. McDonald stepping up, looking to throw long, got a man. First down inside the 45-yard line on a strike to Christian Sims. Sims' second catch, and both have been Randy for first downs.
Yeah. Matt McDonald making a good play here to his trusty tight end, finding him on a flag route.
Sims is on a bunch of lists, like the John Mackey list and many others, because he is considered an NFL prospect. And with his size and speed and strength, and isn't it interesting, we've got our 2 NFL prospects opposite each other, both on offense and both in catching or receiving positions.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be a battle of the tight ends, but don't miss out on these wide receivers. Number one, we just saw there, O.J. Hilaire. He's a heck of a player. We'll get to talking about him soon enough.
He has a consecutive streak going, coming into this game, one of the longest in FBS. And he almost had a catch there to keep it going. Eastern Kentucky thought they got a pick. There is no ruling yet, or is there? Looks like it hit the ground.
That'd have been a great play.
Yeah. Josh Hayes trapped it, so goes as a third down. Colonels tried to sell it. Nobody bought it.
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah.
Josh Hayes knows all the tricks. He's a 7th-year senior.
Isn't that amazing?
You don't see too many of that these days.
No, sir. Started his football at Purdue in 2016.
Amazing.
What I want to know is he's going to try for an 8th and 9th year.
Maybe
a whole decade, you know.
Play is under further review.
Say they have two different types of reviews, as Darwin Schaefer and Amber Cornell were sharing with us from replay prior to the game. One is a quick review, so we can get on with the game. Second one may take a while longer, and that probably is with targeting and perhaps scores of some consequence. Anything to keep the game going and keep it moving. Well, what do you think?
Wow. And Matt McDonald took a shot there, too. Didn't notice that the first go-around.
Call on the field as an incomplete pass. It will take
it's a tough angle.
Irreversible evidence to overturn. McDonald did take a blast there, didn't he? So the call on the field has been confirmed.
The ruling of incomplete pass is confirmed. Third down.
And again, that's our referee, Ron Hudson. So it'll be 3rd and 11.
Yep. That one hit the ground, but it was a good try, though.
Gary McPeak may be the interim coach, but he's pretty active out there.
Oh, yeah.
Have to get the football to the 38 of the Colonels. Bowling Green has Marshall in next week, and how about this? Marshall leading at Notre Dame at the half, 9-7. Marcus Freeman has had a tough debut. McDonald straight drop back, and it's batted up in the air. And McDonald kept it from being a pick. Whew. That could have been an interception, and Matt was savvy enough to knock it down. And so it'll be 4th and 11, a dangerous play, which began with the tip of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, T.K. McClendon playing some volleyball out there.
He's a kid from LSU, right? The transfer?
There's a lot of transfers on this team that are making an impact, and he's one of them. He is dominant out there.
So now an opportunity for Eastern Kentucky to get the football back for the second time. Good kick. And into the end zone. So Sammy Sir from Australia punts one. It results in a touchback.
And going back to Dakota Allen, this is a guy with a lot of upside. He is on a lot of boards across the country as an impact player for good reason. Last week, he finished with 2 touchdowns, 118 yards. And he's just a matchup nightmare again. We talked to him earlier this week, and he said he's too fast for linebackers and too big for safeties.
Folks, he's a cocky kid. I mean, I don't know how else you could say it, but he was a pleasure to talk to. And he claims he doesn't start the trash talking, but if somebody starts it for him, look out.
Yeah, I like it. Number 13, my man doesn't always start it, but he does always finish it.
McCoy in the catch there for pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Halfway already through quarter number 1. 45-yard field goal by Mason Lawler, the only scoring so far in the game. Dakota Allen's diet has really changed. He gained about 30 pounds. And in doing so, he hit the rice and the ground turkey. Stayed away from the junk food. Got bigger, got stronger. And as you mentioned, could be a nightmare for any opposing team, FBS or FCS.
Yeah, and he's getting a lot of NFL looks, which is pretty crazy considering he's a former quarterback. He is, again, only in his second season as a tight end, and he's already making strides. Last year, he had a heck of a year. Came out, first game blazing, and let's see if he can keep it up to ring some bells in the future.
Colonels need 3 to continue to drive. Bowling Green faking blitz. Let's see how many they come with. On third down, they will come with a blitz. Over the middle, good call to Allen. First down.
There we go. Look at him still running.
Yeah. So I didn't hear a whistle.
I love it. I love it.
Well, this is a good safe pass, and this guy is
elbows touch the ground a bit, but why
very
not give it a
steady
try?
on catches too.
Yeah. Great hands. He said that during that time he was kind of growing through it. He was playing quarterback, was not playing as much as he wanted to, but in the offseason went to talk to the coaches and said, hey, I just want to play ball, and decided to switch his position. And things have been on the up and up ever since.
You saw the linebacker Williams moments ago. And timeout being called by Eastern Kentucky with 5:51 to go in the first quarter. The interim coach today is Gary McPeak. Walt Wells is on the sidelines, though. That's good news. 3-0 in favor of BGST. In a previous drive, Parker McKinney tied the all-time completion mark for a quarterback at Eastern Kentucky. That means his next completion after this one to Dakota Allen will set a record.
Big time for him. Again, he's a leader for this offense, a captain. It all starts with him. It all starts with him. So let's see if we can keep it rolling. Let's break this record.
He will operate from the shotgun and from the 33, and he'll put the ball on the ground. Eastern Kentucky wanted very much to get something going offensively on the ground, and Kyandre McGlure able to answer that and pick up a first down.
Yeah, they really like McGlure out of the backfield. A steady hand for him, can do it both with his hands or with his feet. He chose the latter on that one.
Actually, he carries from the 33 to the 42, so it's a yard short of the first down, but he picks up 9 on the play. And official Ron Hudson is going to stop things for a moment, perhaps to confirm. Just the second week of college football for the referees as well.
Everybody's getting back to it.
Mac earlier today,
Second down.
Ohio with a visit up to Penn State was defeated soundly. Ball State leading Western Michigan in a league game today. 8:34 to go in the third, 22-14. And Akron down to Michigan State in East Lansing 7-0 halfway through the first. Little razzle dazzle here. McKinney's got it back. And it's going to be picked.
He threw a lollipop up there.
A lot of eye candy, and Jordan Anderson playing center field picked it.
Man. A lot of trickery here. He has it, no, he has it, no, he has it.
So he'll still need another completion to break the all-time record. And this wasn't the way they had drawn it up during practice, I'm sure.
Yeah, not at all.
Third drive now of the game for the Falcons, starting in good field position, this time at the 40. See if the Falcons can capitalize. Bowling Green has 2 offensive coordinators, Greg Nosale and Max Warner. Both are up in the box. Greg goes by 9 fingers. Nosale actually lost a tip of his pinky finger during a football game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but kept on going.
Lose hard.
Tough guy, man.
Casualties in war.
Yes. It'll be 3rd and 1 as we play deep into our first quarter in a 3-0 Bowling Green game. Well, we've seen a lot of John Blount Jr. He's a transfer out of Western Kentucky.
Yeah, and he makes a lot of plays. Ended up with a couple pass breakups last week. Tackle for loss, a sack. He's filling up the stat sheet.
Here's Jason Patterson trying to get the first down, and he did. Needed one, got three, and into Eastern Kentucky territory for the second time today. Go the Falcons. Well, you thought this game would be highly competitive. Did you expect it to be a defensive matchup so far?
Yeah, they're going head-to-head right now. Just a slow start for EKU on the offensive side of the ball thus far, but it's been a defensive matchup.
Now directly over center. Quick rollout out of the backfield. Another first down. The play has worked so well today. This time it's Kroom with a catch. Come on. His first reception today. Donald's been hard to defend there, and Kroom was wide open on a pickup of 17.
Yeah, and they're really big on Kroom. Ohio guy out of Sandusky. Can go up and make a big play, and they consider him a deep threat. Nice gain there.
That's a big high school football area. McDonald stepping up, got a man wide open again. Another Bowling Green first down, and this time close to the 10-yard line.
That one was to C.J. Lewis, a transfer out of Boston College, and he's been really good to have with this program the past 2 years. He was at BC for a while in the same class as Matt McDonald.
But know each other well, don't they?
Yeah, made the switch, and he's been balling ever since.
Under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Falcons on the move. They can pick up a first down to the 1-yard line as Teron Keith carried again. You add up all the transfers on both sides, it's a bunch.
Yeah. These coaches are using these transfer portals big time. Kids want to play.
High snap. And when you talk to Lassiter and or Leffler and the interim coach, McPeak, you don't get the impression that they like the portal all that much.
Yeah, they don't. They have mixed feelings about it, like I'm sure a lot of coaches do in the country right now. It's different. It's a different time. Not what they're used to, but it's the time is now.
Yeah. Well, Lassiter continues to have a very busy afternoon for Eastern Kentucky. Let's see if he can survive the heat. 85% humidity today on the black turf. McDonald with a fake looking to the end zone. Got a man open. Touchdown, Lewis.
Just how you draw it up. Dynamic duo. C.J. Lewis finding an opening in the back of the end zone, hoisting it up. Just how you draw it up.
Not a poise by McDonald there. Didn't have his first receiver, but found Lewis, who made himself available, and it's 9-0.
And that's what you need. Sometimes it's not the first or the second option, but you make do regardless.
Mason Lawler for the 10th point. In fairness and Akron, you were always the #1 option, weren't you?
I like you. I know I liked you.
Donald likes Lewis on this play. With 1:43 to go, the Falcons have got their first touchdown of the game and now have a 10-0 lead. Well, the Bowling Green marching band was on the field earlier today, very active in the heat.
Yeah, everyone was getting to it, getting their reps in. We saw cheerleaders, we saw band, everybody getting to it, getting some extra practice in for the big day. A lot of fans out here today.
Well, off camera, they had the wheelbarrow race, and I don't know how these kids do it at that age, but it is youth. 8-play, 60-yard drive. McDonald very poised on the drive, accomplishes the touchdown at 3.5 on a 6-yard pass to C.J. Lewis.
And that's the Matt McDonald that Scott Leffler wanted to see today. He
Agreed.
challenged this offense. He said, yo, you guys need to start making some plays. Matt, it's up to you.
Always starts with a quarterback, though, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Another touchback. And Eastern Kentucky will start With under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter from their own 25. That was an NCAA rule put into place a few years ago. Instead of 20, started at 25, allowing teams the option of avoiding a collision on kickoff, if you will, and have a safe position to begin the drive. Well, the interim coach, Gary McPeak, finds his team down 10-0 right now. You mentioned it earlier. He says, look, I don't plan on being a head coach. I like it right where I'm at.
Yeah.
Administrative position. And he said, look, I was the best option. I'd rather have an OC or a DC, offensive, defensive coordinator, take over the interim job. It made more sense for me to do that and let those guys do their job.
Yeah.
Let's see if McKinney can rev it up here on first down. Chased out of the pocket, and we'll keep it for a small gain.
And McKinney can use his legs. There will be some design quarterback runs where he'll keep it. There'll be some RPO out there.
And of course, RPO stands for run pass option, which means that if you try to blitz this team, it may not be a great idea. And frankly, Eric Lewis, the defensive coordinator of Bowling Green, said we don't plan on blitzing like we did last week.
Yep, last week they were again out for a record. 56 blitzes in one day.
In the loss to UCLA, they led the Bruins 17-7 in the second quarter and then blitzed. Dorian Thompson-Robinson and DTR took off, and the rest was history.
Yeah, and that's just having an athletic quarterback that they weren't really expecting.
Injury to the offense.
Again, McKinney can move his legs, but DTR was something out there.
Falcons have more players available as we have a shaken-up Colonel just past the 25-yard line because of the allowance of FBS players versus FCS and scholarship. So there's about a good 20-player difference. And in 85-degree heat and 85-degree humidity, oh, you played in it before, it might matter.
Yeah, but to McPeak's point, he said that everybody will play here. They're not just having guys travel just for the sake of traveling. Not many ERWs, he mentioned.
Yeah.
Eat, ride, and watch.
Falcons defense. Through one game, these are modest statistics, short survey, but second in the MAC in sacks. TFLs are third, and turnover margin are fourth. And of course, the pick earlier in this game kept Eastern Kentucky from driving the football on a gadget play that broke down.
Yeah, just a lot of trickery, a lot of smoke for no reason. No reason at all.
In the background, the bell tolls. That means that's a big third down for the defense. Under 1 minute remaining, first quarter. McKinney with three receivers to his left. Dakota Allen's probably in there somewhere. Needs to pick up 6. He will run. He will be short. If he got anything, he got a yard. He had nowhere to go as 17 DJ Taylor up to make the tackle. He's a Wake Forest transfer.
Yeah, just didn't have enough time back there. And DJ Taylor just making a big play when he needed to. I'm not going to sit up here and wait for you to,
of course,
pick our defense apart. Let me go up here and make a play.
Eastern's allowing the clock to wind down, and that means we have ended the first quarter, which right now has been dominated by Bowling Green. When we come back, the Colonels will punt it away. Mac McDonald's already thrown for his score to CJ Lewis. 10-0. Back to business in a moment. A Lawler field goal and a Lewis touchdown catch. Our scoring on a game so far. Randy Buffington, Jim Barber back with you from Bowling Green as the second quarter commences. And Eastern Kentucky back in punt formation again. Jeremy Edwards punted the first time for 36 yards. This one's not going very far. In fact, the football is beyond the 40-yard line, so the Falcons will have great field position when we get back to this game as Bowling Green goes on offense. Out of FaceTime today. Taking around the Mid-American Conference where Ohio trailed early 14-0 and Happy Valley lost to Penn State 46-10. Central Michigan losing at home to USA 38-24. Ladarius Jefferson has 3 touchdowns today for Western Michigan. Carson Steele has 1. Ball State has the lead by 2. Later today and tonight includes Holy Cross against Buffalo and 5 other Mid-American Conference games. Jim Barber, Randy Buffington to start the second quarter. In the first quarter, the yards total dominated by Bowling Green, 120-37. Kind of reflects on the score, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
There's Mr. Lassiter up again. Chase now with 7 tackles in the game.
He is all over the place. We mentioned him earlier as just a playmaker for this defense. And the rest have to follow suit here.
Matt McDonald to the run game. One of the reasons that McDonald may be over center, not that you won't see that ordinarily, is that the starting center for Bowling Green, Jakari Robinson, not cleared by the NCAA academically. Therefore, he had to give way today to either Jalen Grant or his backup at the center position, Delonis Kabir. And Scott Leffler's not very happy about the lack of clearance, by the way, as well. 3rd and 6. Here comes pressure. McDonald steps up. Going to run for the first down and more. Inside the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 36. But it's a first down.
Matt McDonald seeing a lot of green here, stepping up in the pocket and using those legs, protecting the ball. Exactly what you need to do.
Tex Bailey up there blocking along with Cameron Stewart. Now McDonald to the sidelines.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, look at this. Down at the 50. Cramping, you think?
He went down pretty hard. It might have been an awkward fall for him.
I'm out on the field for an injury to the offense.
Hopefully it is something like a cramp.
He took a heck of a hit on a previous series that we showed you on replay. We'll check on his status in a moment. A designed or not designed onside kick to start the game. It gets a little more bizarre with this. McDonald coming out the field and told to go down here. Well, it's not a bad slide. I mean, was he trying to conserve some time, get a timeout, or?
He had to want the TV timeout there. That's the only guess I have. But Matt McDonald with some acting chops. And the Oscar goes too.
And that means Cameron Orth will come on the field for at least one play. McDonald took a nasty hit earlier, but continued to play. In fact, he threw a touchdown pass after that. Looking in the eyes of Joseph Sales, the free safety for Eastern Kentucky. Ron Keith, the ball carrier, and McDonald now will re-enter. Well, whatever it was, he's fine.
Yeah. Thankfully. TK sticking a foot in the ground here. Gaining some yardage. They're really high on this guy, and he's stepping up in a big way with Jamal Johnson out for 4 weeks with a shoulder problem.
He's
so
a
good
huge
for him.
addition, yeah.
Yeah.
After the gain of 5, out of the backfield, incomplete. McDonald pressured and really didn't have much time to do anything. Let's see if it's 97. Ryan Jackson gets after him.
Oh, yeah, they're coming.
Not a heavy blitz team, Eastern Kentucky, but that time McDonald had to get rid of the ball quickly. 147-37 total yards. Falcons needing to get the football 5 yards further than 26. Empty backfield, McDonald. Safe pass over the middle.
Whoop.
Big play.
O.J. Hilaire. Talked about him a bit earlier today. You're meeting him just now. Making some plays, very shifty. Yards after catch all over the place. He was a big guy out of Alabama A&M last year. Scored 9 touchdowns in the SWAC, and he plans on making a very big impression here in the MAC conference.
With a Falcon record now of 24 consecutive games with a catch. Helmet comes off on the Eastern Kentucky side of the field. If it's provoked, the player can continue to stay in the game. If it's not, he'll need to be removed.
The defense, number 97, must leave the game for one play.
And because of that, Ryan Jackson will come out. Shane Burks, who is the original starter at the defensive tackle position, will come in. Clock continues to move, though. 3 minutes into the second quarter. The Falcons into the red zone for the second time today. This is McDonald. Broken up, line of scrimmage. That's happened a couple times today. Well, the pressure that's being applied right now by Eastern Kentucky. Defensive coordinator Jake Johnson is getting some heat on McDonald.
Big time. And that's big man Willie Taylor. He does a great job rushing the passer. And his approach to the game is something that the coaches talked about a lot. The way he studies in the film room is great for the younger guys to see.
He has a transfer from Washington State that arrived late, but has made his presence known early. Empty backfield. Incomplete on a bullet from McDonald intended for C.J. Lewis. That was a rocket.
Big time. And that ball touched a few hands.
Matthew Jackson might have been the last one to touch it for Eastern.
Oh, yeah, he knows it.
That will set up a Mason Lawler field goal attempt. This far shorter than the one he attempted earlier and made. This will be from the 32. No good.
How about that?
Nice looking drive stalls with a missed field goal. Wow. Welcome back. 11:20 to go, first half from Deutsch Perry. Bowling Green missing a short field goal moments ago, giving the football back to Eastern Kentucky. EKU losers last week to Eastern Michigan 42-34 with an interim head coach. The head coach Walt Wells on the sidelines, the cardiac episode, but he is back with the team. McKinley backpedaling and throwing, and a ball's caught.
That's a catch for you right there.
Looked as if McKinley was going to be heading back to his own end zone for the moment.
Going all out. Jaden Smith, not Will's son, making a big catch here. He's relied on a lot. Stretching out there, making a big play.
I caught that Jaden, not Will Smith reference. A little slow, by the way, of me to react, but nonetheless.
I'm glad somebody did.
First down to 37. Same receiver again, this time to midfield. And now, after the missed field goal, looks like the Colonels are energized.
Starting to move that ball.
Best looking drive of the afternoon. Now to the 50. See how Eric Lewis, the D coordinator for Bowling Green, attacks Parker. Trying to make him a little more uncomfortable back there. From the shotgun, they'll rush 4. Plenty of time to throw, and why not again? Back to back completions to Smith.
3 in a row for number 3. And he just knows how to find the open spots.
It's a good looking arm, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Parker McKinney, when he gets rolling, things can get really scary for defenses.
35 of 51 last week for 351. Falcons showing blitz to try to calm him down a little bit. Parker McKinley, we mentioned, out of Coalfield, Tennessee. His younger brother is named Peyton. It's spelled P-E-Y-T-O-N. Kind of reminds you of somebody, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've heard that name before.
And, well, the McKinney family grew up 45 minutes from the University of Tennessee, so that's a natural, isn't it? Second down. Pressure on McKinley. Dodges it, throws on the run, and got rid of it, and a penalty flag on the play as McKinley hit the deck.
Tried to give his guys a shot and took one back there. Yellow flags flying. Expect them to take a few steps up.
Our official again, Ron Hudson.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 23, defense, high hit to the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So Darren Anders, one of the all-time tackler leaders over the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
Gets the 15-yard penalty, and now the Colonels on the cusp of the 15 in the red zone, their deepest drive of the game. Parker McKinley, thanks to Jaden Smith, looks like a new man out here in this drive.
Stepping it up.
1st and 10 from the Bowling Green 18. McKinley over the middle. Ball caught, tackle made. They're going to mark it at a 13. It's going to be a pickup of 5 yards on the play. Jaron Mitchell to catch. Transfer out of Northern Illinois. Had 4 catches, opening game, 62 yards. And Anders, 8th in the FBS in tackles per game, was terrific at UCLA in a 45-17 defeat.
Yeah, he is on a lot of watch lists. He's playing incredible right now and has been for quite some time.
McKinney out of the backfield this time. Some gang tackling after the catch. Let's see where they mark. 2nd and 5 play.
Lots of pass thumping and some jawing afterward. Sloan here, putting 2 defenders on the ground and had to go all the way to the sideline and make it to the ground.
That's Braden Sloan's first catch. It'll be 1st and goal. Big opportunity for the Colonels from the ASUN, the Atlantic Sun Conference, trying to beat the MAC. McKinley. I mentioned about a 4.5-hour bus ride here. Eastern Kentucky will have its home opener next week. And Marshall, which is up in South Bend today, playing Notre Dame, will come to Deutsch Perry to play Bowling Green.
Yeah, they've been doing some traveling. They'll be happy to be home soon, but they got to win on the road in a tough environment in front of a fan base that's rocking their all white. They have on all maroon, and they're ready.
To the end zone. Woo! Is it a catch? Yes,
goodness.
Touchdown. And what a catch it was.
Oh, man. Cover your eardrums, guys. Sorry about that.
Jaden Higgins
got a little excited.
With a Sports Center catch.
Without a doubt.
Got to have 1 foot in.
Twinkle toes over here. That is nasty work. Jaden Higgins making a big play. Who needs 2 hands?
What a drive after the missed field goal. And what a celebration on the sidelines as well.
And he's got that belt. We talked to the team this week, Dakota Allen mentioned this belt is something that they of high value and importance to this team. They like to celebrate their victories, and that was a big win right there. Great catch by Higgins.
Jeremy Edwards will hold. Patrick Nations for the extra point. Eastern Kentucky alive and well. After a lengthy drive that results in a superb catch. 10-7. 7.5 to go. First half. Well, earlier in the week, Randy asked Gary McPeak, the interim coach, who are some of the dudes on your team? And this is one we put a star by.
Oh, yeah, big time. Jaden Higgins making a lot of plays out there. And this drive was led by both the Jadens. Jaden Smith, again, not Will's son, and Jaden Higgins making a really big catch to end that drive. Gotta love it. That just gets you excited. As a former receiver, I'm up here jumping up and down, screaming. What?
You think the Academy Award winner's watching somewhere in Hollywood and got the reference? Guess we'll find out later, huh? Good one going on between Western Michigan and Ball State in Muncie. I'll be there next Saturday. 13-10 to go in the game. 30-29 Cardinals in a game that's had 5 lead changes already. Well, Darius Jefferson's had a huge afternoon for Western Michigan with 3 scores. And Carson Steele, what a great name for a running back, huh? Steele. He's got 122 yards on the ground for Ball State.
That's a close one, too.
Yeah, it's good to mix up conference games, I think, with money games, because the money games get out of hand pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And they're expected to. And so this conference game early in the season is hopefully indicative of the kind of play we'll see in the league.
Yeah. But the money games are good, too. And
yes.
Scott Leffler talked about it. It's good for these programs to show NFL scouts that their guys can compete with anyone in the nation.
Got to try to build a program as you come in with a team that struggles on the mid-major level with money games. And Kent State may have taken it to the extreme. They've got 3 this year. I mean, the coffers will be filled pretty quickly, but it'll be quite a challenge.
Big time.
And Georgia's on the back end of those 3, by the way.
Lots and lots of big names.
2nd and 8. Falcons now with just a 3-point lead. Content to run the ball, try to establish something up front. No gain on the play. We'll have a 3rd and 7. As Patterson carries. Got an injured Falcon.
Oh, man.
Appears to be 72, Cade Zimmerly. And Zimmerly can play some center position as well. He's listed as a backup at the right guard spot. Gary McPeak, interim coach for the first 2 games.
And he's fired up out there.
Yeah.
My man is ready to roll.
He quoted from the book of, what was it, Lou Holtz earlier in the week. Sleeping like a baby, up every 2 hours as the interim coach and crying like one. Yeah, that's not good news for Bowling Green there.
Yeah. Yeah, not good news. They're thin at this offensive line position, especially with Jakari Robinson not playing right now.
And Jakari again slated as the starting center for Bowling Green, not cleared academically by the clearinghouse, and therefore remains in limbo until that is cleared, if it is in fact done. In the meantime, back to action, 3rd and 6. Momentum now switching over to Eastern in this game. See what Jake Johnson, the defensive coordinator, dials up for the Colonels. They're dialing up a blitz. McDonald avoids it. And he's been free of foot today. Slides at the 40-yard line where he'll mark down. He marked down a gain of 11. And Matt's showing us something with the legs today.
There he is. Getting his team out of some trouble. Didn't like the looks that he was getting. So why not turn on the Jets? Just for a quick second. I'll pass it next down.
Sure.
How about these legs for a bit?
Made a nice move on 28, Jalen Harrod, who was coming in to make the tackle. Timeout situation, 3 remaining for Bowling Green, first half, 2 for Eastern Kentucky. So a 15-yard penalty now tacked on at the end of the run on the Colonels will move the football into Eastern Kentucky territory. Well, it was a penalty that helped out Eastern's drive, and Gary McPeak wants to know who's guilty here, because that shouldn't be happening.
Definitely shouldn't be happening.
Somebody, one of the assistants says, "It's all right, coach." Settle down. Not easy to do. Great game of football, highly emotional. Back to the run game, and a first down to pick up a 6, and now Bowling Green, aided by McDonald's legs and a 15-yard penalty, and the carry by Keith, are now threatening to tack on a 3rd score of the day. As Tehran comes out of the game. 2nd and 4. Design play on the backfield to Hilaire, who moved from right to left. Second catch of the game. And a first down now for Bowling Green. Look at his speed, too. He accelerates quickly.
Very quickly. This guy can fly. Scott Leffler talked about it this week in meetings. Last week he had his feet in some sand, but this week, oh, he's moving.
Oh, nice block from Harold Fannin Jr., the other tight end. Look at this. McDonald headed to the end zone. Touchdown. Hey, forget about his passing game. How about him as a runner?
Do not sleep on him.
What a fake, huh?
A little bit of trickery.
And one tackle broken.
Gotta love it. McDonald going all the way. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
And he was able to get out of the grasp of Willie Taylor III. Not easy. So Matt's thrown for a touchdown and has run for one as well. These two offenses, Randy, starting to get cranked up a bit.
They're starting to get this thing going.
We were 3-0 late into the first quarter. Since then, a couple of touchdowns for Bowling Green, one for Eastern Kentucky. We have a stoppage of play. So you take a look at the fake. Sold it nicely and only had one guy to beat.
Oh, yeah. And pumping up the crowd right after.
One more time. I'm not sure he had the right defensive.
God, he's a little windy.
He should be.
Oh, did he get rid of that ball too early?
Think that's what's in question? Let's see.
Oh,
it is in question.
Don't pull a Deshaun.
If the ball's
Jackson.
across, he's okay, right? Wow.
Got too excited.
Well, he certainly didn't realize it when he did it.
All right, standing.
And he can breathe now.
Yeah, sigh of relief for my man.
I don't think he'll ever do that again. Mason Lawler on for the extra point. So just as soon as Eastern Kentucky got within 3, Bowling Green came back with a very quick answer, aided by McDonald's running, and a 15-yard penalty. And in 75 yards, 6 plays, in a little more than 2 minutes, now has a 10-point lead. Once again, it's 17-7.
And look how quickly, once things are rolling on all cylinders, they can make things happen pretty fast.
Yes.
2 minutes and 13 seconds, that's no time.
Not unusual to see a lot of scores, particularly at the end of games that are tight in a couple of minutes or so. Today's Texas game, Texas got a go-ahead field goal, and Alabama came down with just seconds remaining to win it.
Anything can happen. Gotta love college football.
Beauty of the game. Just week 2 of college football. So Mason Lawler will kick off. Let's see if the Colonels have an answer for what the Cardinals, or rather what the Falcons did moments ago. I mentioned the Cardinals are playing the Broncos today in Muncie. That ball did not reach the end zone. And the return is past the 20, close to the 25. So Eastern Kentucky is, to say the least, fortunate.
Yeah, they were able to get a decent return out of this, thankfully.
And McGlure, a nice return. He recognized, too, that the ball was still very much alive. And Keandre was able to return it 24 yards. And that's where Eastern Kentucky will go to work. First all-time is Parker McKinney on completions, second in pass attempts, passing yards, and touchdowns passing. Set the completion record just a possession earlier.
Oh, yeah, he's in those record books.
On first down, he'll be brought down. First sack of the game by the Falcons. Well, somewhere Eric Lewis has to be happy with the play of J.B. Brown. Had 8 tackles and a tackle for loss in the game against the UCLA Bruins.
Yeah, Scott Leffler mentioned it. He's one of the best players on this team. They have a very deep linebacker core. Last week, finished with 8 tackles, tackle for loss, QB hurry, filling up the stat sheet and a big sack there.
By the way, Eric's dad is in attendance today. 80 years young, Sherman Lewis. 34 years of the National Football League, and on top of that, Lewis also has a Super Bowl ring. And this I did not know. Sherman Lewis was 3rd in the Heisman voting.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Much more manageable 3rd and 6 now coming up for the Colonels. After Sloan's carry.
Big run by Sloan, by the way.
Trying to get him out of some difficulty. Bowling Green again. All 3 timeouts remain here in the first half. Parker in trouble, out of the backfield, pass complete. First down and then some. Cornelius McCoy, 4 catches for 37 yards. He is a Georgia State transfer with the reception and run for a first down.
Yeah, and he played a lot of good ball there at Georgia State. Had a good time there, made his way down here to Eastern Kentucky as a senior, and he's balling on his last year.
Georgia State in quite a battle today with North Carolina, lost by 7. Right with North Carolina toward the end.
15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, automatic first down.
That is the 3rd 15-yard penalty we've had here in the first half. 2 on Bowling Green and 1 on Eastern Kentucky. So what's going on out here?
They just want a little bit more inspiration from the coaches come halftime. That's what it sounds like.
And they may be getting it, because this now moves the football into Bowling Green territory. Lately, Parker McKinney has been tough enough to stop without penalties. Now the football resting at the Bowling Green 38. Back to the ground game and a pickup on first down. For a first down. Braden Sloan starting to be very active in this offense.
Yeah, strong run, breaking a lot of tackles here. Reading in between the guards and the tackles and making a big play to move the chains.
Pickup of a dozen. Now 1st and 10 from the 26. McKinney wide open out of the backfield. Braden Sloan, nobody picked him up. And Sloan with the catch picks up another first down. What happened here?
I'll take that easy dink and dump. You forgot about me? Take that one with you.
Yeah. Ridden out of bounds by Jalen Button, but now it's a first down. Football at the Bowling Green 13. 3 minutes to go first half. McKinley in trouble to the end zone. Man coverage incomplete. Toward the goalpost. Dakota Allen, the intended receiver. He's had a quiet afternoon so far, but been able to spread the ball out to other receivers, and I don't think that Bowling Green has forgotten Allen.
Yeah, they haven't. They have him circled on there again on their board as a big playmaker. They'll throw it up to him in times like those. Just giving him a shot, 50-50 ball. Let's see if our guy comes down with it, and we have ultimate faith in him.
2nd and 10. Sloan up the middle. Carries the football to the 7. Pick up a 6. 3rd and 4. This game got off to a relatively slow start. What do you think kind of ignited both teams?
Yeah, just a lot of big plays. Looking at EKU, a little bit of trickery earlier that didn't go the way that they hoped. Ended up in the wrong, the ball ended up in the wrong hands. But the ball ended up in the right hand a little bit down the road with Jaden Higgins with that one-handed catch. So some big plays to spark some energy in this in both of these teams.
Eastern 2 for 4 on third down. Incomplete.
And that's
Intended
one.
for their top receiver, too, and he was covered like a blanket.
Yeah, and that's money I know he wishes he had. Great defense here. Left on an island.
Jalen Button with the fine defense, and Dakota. Now field goal attempt coming up of 24 yards to narrow the deficit for Eastern Kentucky. Patrick Nations, who has that leg of 50 yards or better, hits the field goal. There is a penalty flag, however, on the play. And apparently it's going to be a penalty against Bowling Green.
Oh, wow.
So let's see if they take the points off the board. They only needed to get 4 for first down, so that's likely to happen here.
If they get another shot here, that'd be huge.
And in fact, that will give them a first down. Offsides.
Offsides.
Wow. So you can erase the 3 points.
Offsides. Number 4, defense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, field goal is good.
Well, I'm surprised they're going to take the 3 points. Excuse me.
Oh, wow. All right.
It'll make it 17-10 with 2:12 to go. Well, let's talk about that decision.
That's very surprising. You got five free yards. It was only 4th and 4. You get another set of downs. Why not go, right? Gary McPeak, what's going on, my man? They said that they would leave it all out on the field, so I was really surprised by that call there because they're up in the MAC. Gary McPeak spoke very highly of the MAC conference and said that his team would not lay down. They're going to be in this thing. To quote him, he said that they are not the Washington Generals. They're going to fight back.
I remember the quote. In fact, he delivered, I think, at the Eastern Michigan game to the officials. Who must have got a kick out of it. Hopefully they're old enough to know who the Washington Generals are. So Patrick Nations now will kick off for Eastern Kentucky after the made field goal of 24 yards. Western Michigan in the 6th lead change up in Muncie is now taking the lead over Ball State on a 75-yard run by Tyler. So track meet in the Mid-American Conference. Falcons have 3 timeouts remaining in the first half. And will start this drive from their own 25 with 2 minutes and change remaining. Eli's Places will visit at halftime, plus first half highlights, including just an outstanding catch in the end zone. A one-handed grab. That reminds you of some of the NFL receivers we see on Sundays.
Absolutely. And they practice that. I mean, we're in practice, throwing up one hand over the shoulder. There's so many drills just to get your game better.
Now, were you better at Akron with one hand or two hand? I'm looking back at your father who's up in the press box. He's not giving me an indication.
2 hands just to be secure, but
absolutely.
One hand's when you're feeling good out there.
Sure. Kevon Kroom, his second catch. Let's see if the Falcons go quickly as the clock moves. Down to 2 minutes. Mild gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 7. Eastern Kentucky with a blitz as well. McDonald covers up.
Wow.
Near the goal line. Ball still loose.
That is insane.
If the Colonels have it, it's a touchdown. Can you believe that?
Unbelievable. High
huge
snap.
unforced error.
High snap. Ball went going toward the end zone. And it was off to the races.
55 is Jaden Bost.
Wow.
For Eastern Kentucky.
Right place at the right time, able to fall on top of that thing. And
yeah. Now the extra point could tie the game. What a wild second quarter this has been. Colonel 17, Falcons 17.
And we've got ourselves a game, folks.
Well, remember, Bowling Green did not have the center position set prior to the game. Jakari Robinson not cleared by the NCAA clearinghouse. Therefore, they've had to go to backups. That snap well over McDonald's head. It looked like he was going to get to it by the goal line, and then he couldn't retrieve it. And instead, Eastern Kentucky did. And with the extra point, the game is tied.
Wow, wow, wow.
The second quarter has been a wild, wild west type of show. And there aren't many Eastern Kentucky fans here, but I think there's the interim coach. He has to appreciate who is here and the hustle made by his defense. Joseph Sales is having quite a game today. Not sure who's credited with a touchdown. We saw a couple of bodies around it. And we'd mentioned a couple of players, but Sales has been very active today.
Whoever has the belt, we got to take a look at the sideline.
Yeah.
Whoever's hoisting that thing up.
That's a good point. Kind of copied after Vegas with the slot machine and other teams that use the championship belt. So Patrick Nations good at kicking touchbacks, kicks one there. And Matt McDonald trying to center his team down. I wonder if he's going to be over center a little bit more now in light of what has happened and the fact that they've had to make changes at the center spot.
Yeah, and we lost number 72, Cade Zimmerly, earlier. That didn't help the offensive line, so a little bit of movement. Some guys that maybe don't have as much reps at that center position. You got to make adjustments.
Well, McDonald will continue from the shotgun. On 1st and 10 from the Bowling Green 25. Trying to return some normality to this team, which at one point led 17-7. Well, if you're the Colonels, not expected to win, you're playing with house money right now.
All day long. Yeah, he mentioned that. They don't go back into league play until down the road, so they have a few games on their schedule where you're just feeling each other out. And again, out here for Walt Wells, so this would be big for him.
Now 3rd and long. It's a tough spot for Bowling Green as momentum has changed again. On a bad snap and fumble recovery in the end zone of all places. Eastern Kentucky still has 2 timeouts left if it holds serve here defensively. 4-man on the line of scrimmage, 4-man rush. McDonald, ball caught. It is going to be short of the first down. And so Bowling Green, unless it takes a chance here, will give up the ball.
And that's tough there as a receiver. You gotta know your depths in situations like that. So
that's a big kid there, by the way, 6'7", bro.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Eastern Kentucky. It's their second timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
6'7". It's like, all right, maybe if you stick an arm out and fall forward, you might make it.
Yeah. Tyrone Broden, his first reception of the game. So now with 63 seconds to go, Eastern Kentucky expecting to get the ball back. Well, after a rather conservative first quarter, mostly the first quarter, game has entered a twilight zone in the second quarter.
Starting to open up a little bit.
So Ron Hudson just explained moments ago that Eastern Kentucky will not be charged a timeout. So it'll have 2 remaining in a first half that's taken more than 90 minutes. Jaden Smith will go deep to return. And Sammy Sir will punt for the Falcons. Sir is a freshman from Australia.
Oh, boy. Oh, and it went backwards.
Eastern Kentucky gets the football in Bowling Green territory. Now the Falcons have self-destructed here in the second quarter.
Yeah, special teams coordinators. The special team coordinator will not be happy about this.
That's Alex Bayer, who came from Valparaiso, where his special team blocked a punt for a touchdown at UCLA last week. Bayer's Valparaiso team led the country in blocked punts last season.
Yeah, and they started off with a bang last week with a very special play on special teams. Payshawn Wimberly.
Got a scholarship prior to the game and came through with a blocked punt. Falcons rushing 4. McKinley, a lot of time, flushed out. Looking to throw, and now will keep and will stop the clock. And we'll mark him out at the 40.
McKinney,
so it's 4.
McKinney with the little backyard football there. Scramble drill, trying to get his guys open. But he got 4 yards out of the deal.
Parker McKinney trying to lead the offense into at least field goal range. McKinney on second down. One hops it to Smith. It'll be third down. The field goal kicker for McKinney's team, Patrick Nations, is good from 50, according to Gary McPeak.
Yeah, he mentioned it. This guy has a boot.
So now Parker with a third down will try to get him at least closer and perhaps get a first down out of this and take a shot. Still 2 timeouts remaining for the Colonels. Let's see if Eric Lewis sends the blitz. Drops him back, and instead McKinney keeps and runs for a first down. Maybe a design quarterback draw, do you think?
I think so. We mentioned McKinney can use his legs out there. Through the air 3 times last game for touchdowns. Earned one on the ground last week as well.
Now McKinney to throw to the sidelines, and the ball's caught. Dakota Allen. I didn't think we'd go the whole first half without mentioning an important play from him.
Absolutely.
Good for 14 yards.
Found the sideline too.
Now Patrick Nations is in field goal territory. And Eastern Kentucky is maybe thinking bigger. Parker McKinney flushed out. Looking down the field, nobody there for the moment. And he will be dragged down, and he is out of bounds. So that will stop the clock with 18 seconds to go, and it saves the timeout.
Really good clock management here.
Yes.
By McKinney.
Long run for 2 yards, but more importantly, got out of bounds. Still has a couple opportunities here at least to put it into the end zone. Keep an eye on Dakota Allen, who flanks out to the left. He's number 13. He's been a go-to guy for the team. Instead, they'll put it on the ground. Huge hole, touchdown.
There it is.
What a call. Braden Sloan the score. And maybe Eastern Kentucky figured they would defend a pass, so they gave it to Sloan on the draw, and he did the rest. And he was untouched.
Yep. Big time, right up the middle. Couldn't draw it up any better. This sophomore out of Fraser, Kentucky is making some plays right now.
What a second quarter. (24-17) Eastern Kentucky with 13 seconds to go in the first half.
Oh, a little bit of shake and bake too.
This is a heck of a call on offense.
Take a bow, young man.
Yes. Andy Richmond's the coordinator on offense, up in the box with the handoff to Sloan, and a 44-yard drive in 43 seconds gives Eastern Kentucky its first lead of the game. Folks in the ASUN, beware.
They're coming for it. Last season was a good one for them. They went out 7-4.
Thought they should have made the playoffs. Not that 7-4 was enough to qualify, Randy, but had they won their last game, might have gotten more of a bounce by the committee. And so,
a little different.
that's that famous belt over there. That's going to work out.
Yep. I want to see somebody cut a promo. I want someone to get in there. Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage bag.
By the way, 72 is Drew Hart from that offensive line, sharing the belt. Bowling Green with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half. Going to have to recover from a bad snap that resulted in a touchdown by the Eastern Kentucky defense. And then Parker McKinney doing it with his legs as Matt McDonald did it for Bowling Green. And now Eastern Kentucky is up by a score. This first quarter took about 45 minutes. The second quarter, more than an hour. Been entertaining, though, and Bowling Green will take a knee. And that is how the first half is going to end. Home opener for the Falcons, and the whiteout crowd's got to be stunned a bit. Game in hand for a while at 17-7, but now trailing after 17 straight points, 24-17 to Eastern Kentucky.
EKU is here to stay. They're here to play, making a lot of things happen.
You told us it wouldn't be a blowout. You are correct, sir. So halftime here in Bowling Green, Ohio. It's been quite a first half. We'll check in with Eli Manning and bring you first half highlights coming up at the break. Please do not go anywhere. Late first half touchdown has put Eastern Kentucky into its first lead. 24-17 as halftime starts to wind down. Randy Buffington, Jim Barber back with you from Dwight Perry Stadium on a late summer afternoon, and it's a sizzler. Up in Happy Valley today, Penn State goes 2-0, defeating Ohio for the MAC. Central Michigan lost to South Alabama 38-24, and in a game that saw 6 lead changes, Western Michigan defeated Ball State. Later this afternoon and tonight, Buffalo, Miami of Ohio, Toledo, Kent State, and Northern Illinois in action. In Kent State, we mentioned 3 money games, non-conference play, including Oklahoma and Georgia. Wow. What, Alabama wasn't available or something?
Right.
Ouch. Good money games, though. Good way to build teams. Next week, it's the Battle of Ohio, Miami of Ohio, trying to solve Cincinnati for the first time in a long time. Kent will be home, so will Central Michigan. Ball State, as you mentioned, will be at home against Murray State. And Pitt with a battle with Tennessee today, trailing 24-17. Third quarter at home will be in Kalamazoo against Western Michigan on the U. Well, you were spot on saying we would have a battle in the first half. And this is probably the biggest upset of the day. Marshall defeating Notre Dame as the Irish start off 0-2, losing their home opener. They trailed by 12 late before getting a last quarter touchdown. And Marshall is here next week, so that will not be an easy challenge for Bowling Green, who's trying to find a way to win its first game today.
Yeah, absolutely. What an upset.
Yeah. Well, Marcus Freeman, who took over as the the head coach for Brian Kelly in the bowl game, had a nice lead, lost it toward the end, played very competitive. Very competitive at the shoe last week, but this week loses to Marshall, and of course, every Notre Dame Subway fan across the country has probably got an opinion or two on that. But we're just 2 games in, so lots of time left.
Lots of football left.
Yes. Fans just live and die by weekly activity. Patrick Nations to kick off. He's got the big leg. Already has a couple of touchbacks in this game. This one's going to stay in the playing field, though, and will be returned inside the 15. So Bowling Green will start this offensive series just beyond the 20.
Jalen Harrod with a big tackle there in open space.
I mentioned in the first half, you showed the McDonald highlight of the broken tackle off the fake one in the end zone that I thought Taylor was the one that missed him, but actually it was John Blount who had his legs around him, or arms around him too, and couldn't bring him down. Taylor was chasing, just wanted to correct that. Sweet play by McDonald, great call too.
Oh yeah, sometimes you got to do it yourself.
Bowling Green with the football to start the second half off. Trying to find something positive going after it ended the first half in the most unusual way.
Little end around here to O.J. Hilaire. Want to get their playmakers the ball and give it to him in open space and try to let him make a play.
Trying to get him as many touches perhaps as possible here in the second half. They've got Christian Sims, whom they began the game with, as a receiver.
Jason Patterson not able to get enough there.
Got an injured Falcon. Check that injured Colonel right now. Just short of the 30-yard line. First half numbers for Matt: 10 of 18 for 122 and the touchdown.
And aside from the mistake that we saw that led to points with that Aaron Snap, he's been pretty poised out there. He's been confident in his throws and made some plays with his legs, stepping up like Leffler wanted him to. So kudos to him.
Yep. Exactly what Scott was looking for. Eastern Kentucky has Willie Taylor III, the transfer from Washington State, who again arrived on the campus by way of the portal just prior to the start of the season. And you mentioned they're expecting big things from him. Played well at times for the Cougars, but suffered through injuries, and that probably made him available at this point through the portal.
Yeah, you need that leadership, a fifth-year senior sometimes with a younger group. Somebody to look to that has some life experience, been around the block a little bit. That's Willie Taylor.
Let's see who Matt McDonald looks to on third down with two receivers to his right, one to his left. He goes to his right on the slant. And a first down on a play that's almost impossible to defend. And it's Hilaire with a catch.
If he hadn't have lost his foot in here, he might have still been running.
City winds up with a slide just past the 40. So Hilaire already has touched the ball twice here in the second half by design. Co-offensive coordinators Greg Nosale and Max Warner. Max, by the way, calls the play among the two OCs. McDonald going to shoot one down the field. Incomplete.
Taking a shot there to C.J. Lewis, his former Boston College teammate. Try to get the connection going there.
And challenging Eastern Kentucky on the outside. I haven't seen too many of those type of throws so far in the game, but you get a one-on-one matchup like that with Lewis and his speed. Why not?
Give him a shot.
So the A-Sun very proud today of Eastern Kentucky with a 7-point second half lead.
Shoestring tackle there by Dawson.
And the Colonel's now substituting 4 more players as Keith on the carry. Nice cutback before Dawson brought him down. Both teams having to deal with the heat and humidity. So you're seeing everybody get hyphened up as soon as possible. Hydrated as soon as possible. It is third and long. Empty backfield, quick rush. Out to Hilaire, and he is dragged down behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice gang tackling there. Sales, Millie rocking.
Joseph Sales with the open field tackle, and Bowling Green fails to do anything on his first possession of the second half.
Did a great job wrapping up there. 42 tackles last season.
Now another down Colonel.
Still Millie Rock.
The injured player, and we'll try to identify in a moment, is around the 40-yard line, as 2 Colonels have already gone down in the first 2.5 minutes of this second half. So you played in this type of heat. You're seeing each player getting water right now if they want it. How do you stay hydrated when it's just that sticky?
it can be
We'll
a
have
tough
you
one.
expand on it when we come back. First, let's pay some bills. Defense has been significant today in trying to track down Teron Keith in the Bowling Green running game. Dawson with a tackle there, and then the pressure on McDonald to get rid of it to LaHare, who had nowhere to go.
All hats to the ball. That's how they like to play. That's what Walt Wells taught them, and that's what they're sticking to right now.
Brings on Sammy Sir, the punt, and in this game so far, he's punted twice for an average of 32.5. Much better than his last one. And the catch at the 18-yard line, that's where Eastern Kentucky will set up shop here early in the second half. Just saw Payshawn Wimberly, who got that scholarship prior to the UCLA game and then blocked a punt.
That's big time.
Yes.
What a great story last week. Payshawn, 3-year player. He's a junior. Walking on with this program for a long time. Just got the big call that he'd be a scholarship guy. So great job on him. I know his family is very proud of him.
Scott Leffler's team set to go to work on defense. Home game next Saturday afternoon against Marshall, then on the road at Mississippi State, which tonight is venturing to the desert to take on the Wildcats of Arizona in a late start at 11 Eastern. McGlure had a good first half run, starts off the second half with a couple of yards here. Now Eastern Kentucky's playing on the lead for the first time today, Randy.
Let's see how they control it. The ball's in their court.
Can make things awfully uncomfortable for the Falcons with a score here. Parker McKinney, the quarterback from the shotgun, where he has been most of the afternoon. Looking to his right, throwing to his right.
All right, there's some hitting.
And a first down past the 31-yard line.
We heard that one up here. He had all the room in the world.
Good catch by McGlure, who's now starting to take a active role here in the offense. Eastern Kentucky hits home opener next week against Charleston Southern. Still out of conference before it begins league play a little later after that. Bowling Green has the 2 non-conference games, or rather 4 non-conference games right at the top here before it begins league play. Scott Leffler, the head coach of Bowling Green, says it's a 3-part season. First the non-conference of 4 games.
May have a money game in there too.
And then the league games, and then the ESPN night games that are in November.
A little bit of action.
Yes, or lots of crazy things have happened in the past. 2nd and 5. Colonels using some clock here to start the third quarter. Incomplete, third down. The tough catch and threw it behind the receiver, Smith.
Yeah, that would have been real tough.
There's Jordan Anderson back defending. He's already got a pick in this game for the Falcons. Bowling Green in what you might expect is a must-win situation.
Absolutely.
Trying to get some strength into their season here after a loss at UCLA. Here comes the blitz. McKinney gets rid of it, and that's a first down. Credit Parker McKinney getting rid of the ball just at the right time.
Great job on Higgins here. Making a play after the catch, that's where it begins. Turning up inside and getting the yardage he needs to get it done. Sometimes you want to turn to the outside there. He made a good decision. He was able to sneak in a few extra yards.
Higgins' second catch of the game. The other one was a one-hander for a touchdown that you saw in our first half highlights. Football from the 44, fake to Keith over the middle. And just over the hands of Dakota Allen, who might have gone all the way to the end zone. Dakota was at an NFL-like.
Yeah, he had all day long. That'd have been a tough grab. I think him looking down prior to making the effort might have gotten his way a little bit.
Allen was at an NFL get-together a while back and on campus, and a number of NFL scouts have shown some strong interest in him.
Yeah, after that big week last week, he got about 5 calls, and they have eyes on him.
2nd and 10. Back to the ground. DeAndre McGlure. He's up a 3rd and long as we have played 5 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Just joining us, lots happened so far, but picked a good time to pick it up because the game's still very much in doubt. Fumbled snap led to a touchdown in the end zone, which jackknifed Eastern Kentucky into a rally, and now a 24-17 lead. Well, a good crowd trying to get into it here too. Showing blitz off the edge. Here they come. McKinney avoids it and runs for the first down. He's got a lot of real estate ahead of him. Still with the football. And brought down to the 20. 33 yards for Parker McKinney.
Parker McKinney, we talked about him using those legs in tough situations. He didn't like what he saw. Quick pump fake, and let's take off. Big gain here.
How about a shot at the head coach, Walt Wells, who's not supposed to be coaching today, by the way, but he's certainly invested in this game. 1st and 10, red zone activity now.
Oh, he's in.
And depending on the spot, probably just short of the goal line. Edwards with a catch. That's a reception of 18 and a first down at the 2.
McKinney looking poised back there, making the right decisions. Eric Lewis mentioned it. This guy knows where to put the ball.
Fumble snap. McGlure gets it, stood up, and probably will be marked for a loss of a yard, or maybe the line of scrimmage. And the last thing any offense wants to see is a snap go awry, because that really was more a fumbled hike as opposed to it was the catch. 2nd and goal at the 2. Chance for McKinney and its offense to go up by 2 touchdowns after trailing by 10. McGlure is the lone running back. They'll spread out the wide receivers on both sides. Parker McKinney with a look and batted up in the air. 3rd and goal. Bowling Green defense starting to make a stand. That's Walter Hare.
Walter Hare with the big spike there. Getting a lot of penetration.
Hare has been a handful.
That's one word for it. 2 bodies on him just now. Still getting the hand up there. Making a big stop.
Now we know Parker McKinney can run. Let's see what the call here is on 3rd and goal. From the shotgun. McKinney to the end zone. Got a man.
Wow.
Touchdown.
And he's doing a dance. Cornelius McCoy.
2nd catch of the game. And a 2-score lead now for Eastern Kentucky.
Double move here. Made a great play waiting on the ball. Defensive back was in a poor position.
And now Bowling Green's afternoon just got tougher. And for Eastern Kentucky, the game just got better.
Oh, man.
Patrick Nations for the extra point. Trailing 10-0, now leading 30-17. Halfway through the 3rd quarter, Colonels in command in their 2nd consecutive road game of the season. Receiver Mo Edwards on the left, Jaden Higgins, wide receiver on the right, and the man in the middle is wideout Cornelius McCoy. Just got the touchdown pass from McKinney, gets the belt as well. And Walt Wells, well, welcome back to the sidelines, huh?
Right.
After that cardiac episode. That was suffered prior to week 1. Came to EKU from the Kentucky staff. By the way, next year Eastern Kentucky will play in Lexington against the Wildcats and in Cincinnati against the Bearcats. Wells attended a practice earlier this week, attended a luncheon. You know that wasn't going to keep him down from coming to a game.
Absolutely not.
And he had the option of being up the booth with the athletic director today, but has been on the sidelines.
Right where he belongs.
And still Gary McPeak continues to run the show as interim coach. Another returnable kick. Falcons last time got to the 20.
Oh,
we're going to get a lot deeper on this one. How about midfield? However, there are 2 penalty flags on the play, and that usually means the play is coming back. And Keith had a terrific return of almost 45 yards. And let's see if it's going to be negated.
During the return, holding, number 24, return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down, Bowling Green.
It's almost inevitable that when a flag goes down on a nice return.
Oh, my. He gave him a hug and just kept going.
Dyson Patterson is 28. Well, a lot has gone wrong for Matt McDonald and Bowling Green. Can they recover here? Still a lot of clock left. But now instead of being up 2 scores, down 2.
Yeah, we got to see how they respond.
Starting this drive, Randy from the 17. College football today, we've had one upset. Notre Dame stunned by Marshall. Got another one brewing in Aggie country where Appalachian State is tied with Texas A&M at 14 with 9 minutes to go and is threatening to take the lead. Alabama against unranked Texas wins on a Wilt Reichert field goal with time running out at UT 20-19. After the running play, a first down for Bowling Green. But a lot of real estate to go. The illegal procedure against the Falcons.
Ball starts. Number 64, offense, 5-yard penalty.
These are mistakes that just can't happen. Scott Leffler was not happy about their performance last week on offense. There are a lot of uncharacteristic.
Yeah, unforced errors.
Mistakes, yeah. Not like them.
Very positive camp coming in. McDonald, empty backfield, flushed out, throwing on the run. First down, across the 40-yard line. Well, in doubt, find your tight end, huh?
Andrew Bench out of Elmore, Ohio, making a big catch here and holding on to the football because he knew he was going to get a pop.
Bench, Levi Gazarek, Harold Fannin, Christian Sims, Bruce Boyer, all tight ends on this team.
Yeah.
And Sims, they started the game with a number of receptions. They faked the end around. McDonald's throws. Man coverage outside and a little bit too long.
Yeah, try to air it out there.
That's intended for Gavon Kroom, who already has a couple of catches in the game. Matt McDonald, who had a touchdown throw, 100+ yards against UCLA last week for Scott Leffler's team, which led at one point against the Bruins 17-7. Tough throw in the middle, incomplete. And then off the blitz, Dorian Thompson was able to scamper. Dorian Thompson Robinson, DTR as they refer to him, scamper 68 yards and turn the game on a dime.
Yeah, and Coach talked about that play. Again, there were 56 blitzes last week, and that was one of them. There was a defender right in his face, and he eluded that tackle along with five others on the way to a long touchdown.
Let's see if they find number 1, Hilaire, who was just on your screen moments ago. McDonald stepping up, firing, got a man, Sims. Can he get the first down? Yes or no? He's close. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 49, which puts him short. But there is a flag on the play back at the 35. Ron Hudson's had a busy third quarter. Personal foul coming up against Eastern Kentucky. That will aid and
Personal
continue this
foul.
drive.
Roughing the passer. Number 55, defense, hit to the head of the quarterback. That 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the run.
Jaden Boss,
Automatic first
55, who,
down.
by the way, recovered that fumble in the end zone for a touchdown for Eastern Kentucky in the first half. Let's see if it's grievous enough. What do you think?
It's close. Real close here. Nice spin move, yeah. It might have been when he hit the ground as well, because clobber a guy and you land on top of him, and that's a lot of weight. It doesn't look good.
First down now at the Eastern 34. McDonald with a penalty flag going up. Going to shoot for 6. It's a touchdown. Let's see if it stands.
C.J. Lewis.
There is a flag on the play, however. Offsides against the Colonels. It will stand.
Defense, penalties decline, result of the play,
Gotta love it.
touchdown.
Free play. And let's go home.
And that's the way to do it. Second touchdown catch by Lewis. Puts him right back into the game.
Had all the time in the world. One-on-one situation.
And you would think the quarterback knows when he's got a free play.
Absolutely.
So why not? Shoot for the downs. Extra point can bring him within 7. Huge play by McDonald and Lewis. 31-24, don't go anywhere. Still very much undecided with a lot of the third quarter and all of the fourth to go. St. Louis, man of the hour for the Bowling Green Falcons with his second touchdown reception of the day on what you might call a free play. Penalty flag thrown. Offsides, McDonald pitched it long distance. And it is a 6-play, 83-yard drive under 2 minutes. And the Falcons are back from the dead. Now trailing by just 7, 31-24. Kids showing a lot of resilience in this heat out there. Nobody seems to want to go away.
Oh, yeah, they want to play.
Having a lot of fun, I would think, too.
Big time.
So Parker McKinney back to run the offense for Eastern Kentucky. And he has come up with some big throws like that one to Smith. And then a terrific catch that we showed you in the first half.
Yeah, McKinney making it happen all over the place. And kudos to these wide receivers, too. These were not easy catches. No. You had Jaden Smith back there stretching all the way out for one. Higgins with an incredible one-handed grab. He had a layup just now, but this is a team effort.
That's why I'm glad that we hire a wide receiver analyst, because I think the QBs get a little bit more attention than they deserve. Tough job, though. McKinney is going to be swallowed up. And that will go as a Bowling Green sack, second of the game. Spires in to make the sack.
And he felt that one.
Never saw him. It's a long distance for Spires to run too, and he came right up on him and brought him down. It's a loss of 1, but it does go as a sack, second and 11. Now Bowling Green switching the momentum back to its side. Almost reminiscent of the Western Michigan Ball State game today.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Yes, which Western won 37-30, and the lead changed hands a half a dozen times. Darius Ferguson had 3 scores for the Broncos.
Come out on the field for an injury to the defense, number 18.
Injured player on the Falcons side. Now you have to battle the heat and humidity here. along with everything else, the physicality of the game.
Yeah, Jalen Burton limping off a bit.
Scott Leffler, always entertaining to talk with.
Oh, he's a fun guy.
Yes, he is. You could sit down and have a conversation with him for a long time. Remaining friends with the great Tom Brady and a number of quarterbacks that he tutored over the years. Scott won a championship ring, Michigan's only championship ring, as a student assistant his first year coaching in Michigan in '97. McKinney in trouble, big trouble. Gets rid of it, avoids a sack, and now, because of broken tackles, is going to have a first down. Or is he? Yes.
How McKinney got that ball off is a miracle. He was being swarmed by a lot of white jerseys. A sea of white in front of him. Found the safety net in Sloan, and look at him go.
Needed to pick up 9, got credit for 10. McKinney must have run 30 yards on the play. So out of big trouble comes a first down for the Colonels. FCS versus FBS today, in the FCS holding firm. McKinney to keep on an RPO. Dakota Allen, a lot of territory to run. Such a difficult play for the defense to come up against.
Flag
there is
there.
a flag, however. And Bowling Green thinks this is coming back.
Was he
Ineligible
over
player
the line of
downfield,
scrimmage?
number 73, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Well, one of the problems with an RPO is an ineligible receiver potential. And that's exactly what happened here with the offensive line, because they're not sure, is it a run or is it a pass?
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially when your quarterback looks like he's taking off.
Yes. Can't exactly holler out, hey, it's going to be a pass. Get back. First and 15 after what would have been a first down. Football back at the 31. McKinney, short toss. It's going nowhere. In fact, a loss of maybe 4 or 5 and a catch by Sloan.
Big time tackle there by Day.
They had a fumble recovery against UCLA, and that open field tackle right on the spot to make it.
Yeah. And he lays the boom. They talked about him, junior out of Hilliard, Ohio. Stepping up in a big way.
Loss of 5. Now 2nd and 20. Falcons bring an extra defender, and that leaves a man wide open. Brought a 5th man on the blitz, and Sloan was all by himself. They needed 20. They got 22.
Sloan laying a bone. We're doing some hitting out here today, folks. Hear that? Getting up. Get excited, Sloan.
That's Chris Bacon over there in Dakota Alley.
You know he's going to be there.
Who didn't even make the catch. Just right in the middle of it. And we're laughing because we had a conversation with him earlier in the week, and he said, you know, if somebody starts talking trash to me, you prepare for a long day.
Exactly.
Big play, though, by the Eastern Kentucky offense. Getting out of trouble on a number of occasions in this game. McKinney now having to throw off his back foot, incomplete. Feels like McKinney has run for about 100 yards here on this drive.
Big time. His legs are doing some moving.
Intended for Cornelius McCoy, who already has a touchdown reception that late first half. Now Blaine Spires at his Sam linebacker spot. He's had to run a lot as well. 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Eastern Kentucky leading Bowling Green 31-24 in the maroon uniforms on a 2nd and 10.
Not too much there.
Well, Gary McPeak told us earlier in the week, I'm living a Disney movie by coaching. About to enter the 4th quarter and to find out if there's a Disney ending to it.
Absolutely. And he was preaching to his guys. One of his philosophies is put a cover over the scoreboard. It doesn't matter what it reads. We just got to keep playing.
EKU very good on third down, 7 of 10. Bowling Green, 6 of 12. Can McKinney convert? He's in trouble. Gets out of trouble. In trouble again. And brought down. Third sack of the game for the Falcons.
And big Walter here.
Yep. Walter on the spot again. He didn't fall for the fake either, did he?
Not one bit. He was all over it. Big man can move.
Here along with Carl Brooks, a couple of players that Scott Loeffler doubted about their potential in the program, and both have worked out nicely.
To be very frank, he said that those two guys were probably the worst two guys in the program, just were knuckleheads and couldn't get it going. And he did not expect for them to be leaders on his ball team, but they turned things around. And look at them now, both captains, leaders in that locker room, and it just speaks to the culture shift that Loeffler has going over there.
Well said, and that has been the challenge for Bowling Green. Whiteout conditions today for its fans, who have made it in white shirts today and have been active in their cheering section for most of this game. We have 39 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Football at the 23. McDonald this time over center. Going to throw out of the backfield, and no chance on that play. Trying to find Jason Patterson, and Patterson didn't have a chance on that play. Second down. Top receivers today targeted: C.J. Lewis, Christian Sims, and Hilaire. Lewis has the 2 touchdown receptions, 60 yards total. His last one brought the Falcons back.
Yep.
Now 3rd and 10 with 29 seconds to go.
Yeah, there was a bit of a hold there that I saw from way up here, and that's why he threw to get this call.
Looks like we're going to have an ineligible receiver again.
Uh-oh.
This time
Ineligible
it's Bowling
receiver
Green.
downfield, number 77, offense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is 3rd down.
It's on Jalen Grant, who actually has doubled as a guard and as a center for this team. And he was right in the line of fire by one of the officials. The penalty is declined, so it is 3rd and 10. 2 receivers set either side for McDonald. Firing a bullet over the middle and incomplete. It's going to be 3 and out on this particular series.
That's one that McDonald probably wishes he had back.
Intended for Tyrone Broden at 6'7".
Big target.
Second time they have targeted him today. So out of all of this, Eastern Kentucky should get good field position as we approach the 4th quarter. Sammy Sear, the spot. And Sear is back at his 10-yard line. Needs to get off a good one. Fair catch at the 38, with just seconds remaining in the quarter. Let's peek ahead to the 4th quarter. What might we anticipate?
It's been all over the place. Second quarter, we saw a lot of back and forth, a lot of big plays, and I expect that in the 4th. Let's round it out. It was a bit of a lackluster 3rd out of Eastern Kentucky. They left a lot of things out there that they wish they would have turned into some points, but they get to make up for lost time here.
Just saw the interim coach moments ago for Eastern Kentucky, the head coach for Bowling Green. And Walt Wells continues to make his presence known on the sidelines. He is the head coach, recovering from a cardiac episode. Just knew if the head coach was going to be at the stadium. Players will get a chance to see him, and they have been sent him a nice message, by the way, during the week as an inspiration for his recovery from a very serious situation.
Yeah. A lot of love there for their head coach.
A lot of football left in this game. 7-point difference. We'll enter the fourth quarter after the break. And the Colonels opener on the road in Ypsilanti last Friday, a fast and furious finish. Try to say that fast 5 times. Scoring on 4 of the final 5 drives against EMU. 24 second half points. Trailing 28-10, lost by 1 score. 42-34, and today trailing by 10 is up 1 score. Parker McKinney with time. Man wide open, 35-yard line. Huge play on first down and a pickup of close to 12. McKinney has done a nice job of dodging pressure, and he's been able to find Keandre McGlure on a couple of those occasions.
Yeah. Right place at the right time, making himself available. Those quick dink and dumps can turn into big yardage plays.
Have in this game, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Third quarter time of possession dominated by Eastern Kentucky. McKinney in trouble and brought down, 4th sack of the game for the Bowling Green Falcons back at the 42-yard line.
He's gotten sacked 4 times today. All right.
Brown credited with a sack, and that's a loss of 9. Now 3rd and 19. Line to gain is the 41 of Bowling Green. Jim Barber, Randy Buffington on ESPN Plus got a good one this afternoon from Bowling Green, and this one is going to go for a loss. So a possession that blew up at the end as Brooks in the middle of everything one more time.
Make that 5 sacks. They were really confident in their defensive line going into this game. Carl Brooks, they mentioned that he's a guy that can play and start anywhere. A dominant force for this team. He showed it right there.
And the fact that he had modest numbers last week against the Bruins, well, they had their eye on him, so that allowed other people to step up like Sip and company to make some stops. But his presence being felt here late. Penalty flag, and did they get the playoff in time? Play clock actually had not hit 0.
Ball start. Number 74.
Man.
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Third
down.
and 24 just became 3rd and about a 1/3 of the field. 29.
That's not going to make.
Scoreboard, by the way, says 4th down. It is actually 3rd down. Unless Eastern's getting an extra down here. Parker McKinney's offense in a tough spot. They'll run it, gain some of the yardage back, but that'll be a punting situation coming up.
Big stop there by Bowling Green. All hats on defense to ball carriers into the quarterback.
That was Bryce Brand on the tackle. Good field position coming up for the Falcons. By the way, huge upset brewing in College Station today with 2.5 to go. App State leading Texas A&M, ranked 6th in the country, 17-14. That's the same Appalachian State that scored 61 and lost last week, 63-61. Good punt return. Falcons will get the football near midfield. Rogers on the return.
That's something to get excited about.
Yes, sir. With that, we have a timeout. Still anybody's game, and the Falcons half the field away from tying it up. Looking photo from the past, Scott Loeffler is the 3rd on the right. I have no idea who the guy is next to him, but he sure looks like Tom Brady.
Big time. Look at those baby faces. All smiles.
These are the Loeffler coach quarterbacks who went on to the NFL, beginning with Tom Brady, Brian Griese, Tim Tebow, Chad Henne, Drew Henson, John Navarre, and Logan Thompson. What a list. Beginning, of course, with Tom Brady.
Starting off with the GOAT. And he learned a lot that year from Lloyd Carr down there in Michigan.
Still has quite a friendship with Coach Carr.
Still visits him in the offseason, like once a month.
Said he picked up the strategy he had with Walter Hare about visiting with Hare early in the morning from Lloyd Carr, who did that with one of his key players. In fact, a couple of key players who was there every day for some 100 days of running the stairs early a.m.
Yeah.
McDonald, ooh, that could have been picked.
Could have been really scary.
Dangerous pass intended for LaHare. Matthew Jackson back defending. Jackson, by the way, is a playmaker in his own right. And when they drop him in coverage, he can be very lethal. He could have had a pick six there. Instead, it is now 3rd and 7. We should mention that Scott and Tom maintain a friendship to this day. McDonald. Not enough for the first down to OJ. So Hilaire is about 2 yards shy. Kind of a no man's land here, aren't you, on a 4th and 2?
Big decision here.
What would you do?
Go for it. You're at home. You're wearing this all white. Let's get it dirty.
McDonald look at the sidelines. They will go for it. Big play in the football game. Out of the backfield, ball caught. Will it be enough? Yes! Off the broken tackle.
TK
Monster play by Terod Keith.
Gotta love it. Making a guy miss. Out of the nice out route. Whoop, whoop. And he's rolling. Lots of green in front of him.
I'm not sure where Keith caught it, that he had enough for the first down initially, did he?
Yeah, he didn't. He had to make those 2 plays. Real shifty to give his team a chance.
Both teams have been so good in the red zone today. There's been only one missed opportunity, and that was on a field goal attempt by Bowling Green. Eastern Kentucky 4 for 4. Falcons 2 for 3. Touchdown, extra point. And we're where we started at the beginning of this game, even. 2nd and 8, 5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Back to the ground game, nothing there. It's going to present a 3rd and 9. Now we haven't called 22's name much today, but Hairston. Nice tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Hairston's a playmaker. 2nd team All-Ace son. And their conference making a lot of things happen. Came from Urbana in Ohio, a D2 school, and had some more eligibility, and he's definitely using it.
Need to get the football to the 6. Empty backfield, Matt McDonald. And a penalty flag. Going to move him 5 yards further back.
Ball starts. Number 50. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
So Scott Loeffler was disappointed with some of the play. The mistakes made at UCLA. How's he going to feel about this one?
There's going to be some running this week.
Long way to go now with the football. Position at the 20. Still in field goal range, but they need a touchdown and a PAT to tie. McDonald straight drop back, throwing to the end zone. Touchdown!
What a play. Giving your guy a shot. That's what you want. That's all you can ask for.
The big guy, Tyrone Broden.
He isn't 6'7" for no reason.
Amen to that.
Throw it up right in the breadbasket.
Hayes defended as well as he could, but it's 6-7. And with him turning the right way toward the ball, Tyrone Broden's made the catch of the game.
He's
And
got him.
now it's up to Mason Lawler to tie the game.
Yeah, he has him by half a foot. That's going to be tough either way you slice it.
(31-31). I think at the beginning of this broadcast you said I look for a very entertaining afternoon, and it ain't over yet. Still 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Broden out of West Bloomfield High in Detroit, Michigan, with a catch.
Making a big play here. Just an easy fade. They threw this ball all day, pre-game. You do it every day. It's a drill that you know like the back of your hand.
On the 3rd and long. Matt McDonald now 3 touchdown throws in the game. None bigger moments ago. Each team, all 3 timeouts remaining here in the fourth quarter. Game tied at 31. As Bowling Green has answered with consecutive touchdowns after trailing by 14. Charleston Southern next week in the home opener for Eastern Kentucky. And Marshall, which stunned Notre Dame today, will be coming here to face Bowling Green. And speaking of stunning, Appalachian State, which gave up 63 in a 63-61 marathon last week against Carolina at home, has beaten Texas A&M, ranked 6th in the country, 17-14 in College Station. So to get a big check and an even bigger win.
Oh, yeah. Not a bad day at the office.
I want to make sure you cash the check quickly because they might not be as excited about handing it to you when you leave the stadium. So number 6 A&M and number 8 Notre Dame go down today, and number 1 Alabama nearly went down to Texas before winning on a Wilt Reichert field goal. Let's see how Parker McKinney answers the offense of Bowling Green. And one hops that over the middle to Smith. 2nd down.
Yeah, he's mad at himself on that one. Got some good pressure here. You got a defensive end sitting right in your face. An outside linebacker. And Blaine Spires. I might throw the ball at the ground too.
The kid that leads by example, as you mentioned earlier, at the helm right now for the Colonels. Here comes the blitz off the edge. He picks it up. And what could have been a sack turns into a solid gain to Smith again, just past the 30-yard line. Both quarterbacks are good about eluding pressure, although Bowling Green has a number of sacks in this game. Third and 4.
34 here. Look for Dakota Allen. I know Parker will be.
You see Smith on your screen, number 3. 4 wideouts in a shotgun formation for Eastern Kentucky. Easy throw and catch to Allen. You mentioned it. He caught it, 1st down. Dakota Allen, who picked up some 30 to 35 pounds, making his move from quarterback to tight end / wide receiver.
Easy 10 and out. That's what you got to do.
Patrick Nations, who kicks field goals for Eastern Kentucky, has got a range of at least 50 if needed. Sloan goes in motion, makes the catch in the backfield. Makes a man miss and gets 5 on the play.
Sloan and Laura
I like Braden Sloan. How about you?
Yeah, big time, man. He's making a lot of plays out here with his hands out of the backfield.
That's Jordan Anderson, who was credited with a tackle. We'll give him actually 4 on the play. 2nd and 6, shy of midfield. Could be a game in which the team with the ball last wins.
Oh, yeah, they're going to give him a
McKinney
shot.
gets rid of it. It's got a man.
Oh!
Wow. Opportunity for Jaden Higgins.
So we have a spectacular catch earlier with a one-handed grab and a bobble that hurts late in the game.
Goes as a long, incomplete pass, 3rd and 6.
You knew it right away, a one-on-one matchup, just a fade route.
Let's see the poise of McKinney here. Four-man rush and movement. Bowling Green dropped a linebacker on the play. And Ron Hudson will explain the ruling.
Ball starts. Number 72, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, they say 3rd and manageable now becomes 3rd and predictable. See the movement?
Both of the
Right side.
tackles. Jumping off sides at the same time. You want to be in sync, though. Let's do it the right way.
Need to pick up 11. McKinney in trouble. 6th sack of the game for the Falcons defense. And who else but Carl Brooks in the middle of all of it?
The big man just sitting right in front of his face. How about you come with me?
Yeah. Falcons to get the ball back. Good field position pending the punt. Clock on their side in a tie game. And 3 timeouts remaining. High snap. Block punt.
Oh!
They blocked one at UCLA, which led to a touchdown, and they blocked this one.
Special teams. Woo-hoo! Gotta love it. There are a lot of hats flying at this ball here. And
Alex
again,
Bayer is the special teams coach.
And again, it was Payshawn Wimberly
Again,
getting a hand on this thing.
number 30.
The walk-on that we talked about as a junior just got a scholarship a week ago.
Daniels
Made
in
a
the
big
middle of it
play
as
that led
well.
to a score, to a scooping score, and today making probably the biggest play of the game.
Now 1st and 10 from the 22 of Eastern Kentucky. In scoring position right now are the Falcons. You think about this, they brought over Alex Bayer, who is a Bowling Green graduate, played here. And Bayer, special teams coach here at Bowling Green, was at Valpo. Helped the Crusaders to lead the nation in block punts. He already has a special teams coach back-to-back punts in 2 games.
Can't complain with that.
No. Big scoring opportunity because of it here. McDonald with a fake out of the backfield.
Christian Sims, we haven't heard his name in a while, but he is very consistent.
Going to mark him out of bounds at the 17, maybe the 16 actually.
Making his way across with the shallow cross. Picking up 6 yards out of the deal.
Falcons can use clock here on a 3rd and 4. Another 1st down would eat up some more clock as well. Well into field goal range at this point for Mason. Here comes the pressure on McDonald out of the backfield. Looking to the end zone, got a man just shy at the 5-yard line. That's a 1st down.
OJ, not a big guy out there at all. 6 foot, 180 pounds, and I think that's generous. Big catch on the sideline here when it matters. Taking a hit, too.
We saw how active Bowling Green made Hilaire to start the 2nd half. In other words, we got to get him the ball.
Yeah.
And now it's 1st and goal as we dip down to 5 minutes.
Go to what you know.
Now Sims in motion to the left side of the line and coming back the other way. with the football. And dragged out of bounds. Bench trying to lead the way for him on that play.
The tight end tandem here. Coming across, Bench trying to make a way for his guy. But it was just too much.
Pick up 2. Clock restarts. 2nd and goal from the 3. Matt McDonald over center, not taking any chances. And a shotgun snap. Up the middle they go. Shy of the goal line. And the mark is going to be around a 2. More importantly for Bowling Green, this is eating up time.
Yeah. Absolutely. But with EKU, we saw the stat earlier, time can be on their side. They can make drives happen out of seconds. So do not sleep.
Great theater here. 3rd and goal from the 1 in a tie game. Incomplete. No penalty.
All right, we just got a fade route, one-on-one. Good versus good.
There was a lot of grabbing, wasn't there?
It was. Might have got away with a little something.
Brock Horn back defending. Excuse me. For Eastern Kentucky. John Hayes back defending. Josh Hayes. And now it is 4th and goal at the 1. What's your play here?
Take it up the gut.
On the pitch to the end zone, touchdown.
Jason Patterson finding the end zone here on a nice pitch. Got a sweep, everybody pushing up the middle, and he eased his way onto the end zone.
3 consecutive scores now by the Falcons to lead 37-31. Set up by what else? A block punt. Well, Frank Beamer made it famous at Virginia Tech, and Alex Bayer has brought it over from VU to Bowling Green. Short scoring drive and the biggest of the game. Tyson Patterson, BG up 7. Bowling Green trailed Eastern Kentucky 31-24 to start the 4th, and then this great fade by McDonald for the touchdown that brought us even. And then the block punt, which led to a short drive for the Falcons, capped off by the pitch to Jason Patterson. And we are 38-31 Bowling Green. Still a lot of clock left for Eastern Kentucky. 3:39, all 3 timeouts left as well. Randy Buffington, Jim Barber got a good one today on ESPN+. Mason Lawley to kick off. In play at the 5, fair catch call that will automatically bump the football up to the 25. It's another rule I think that the NCAA brought upon. It's worked out nicely that you don't have to run back everything, and that prevents collisions, which prevents injuries. I know that a lot of guys who are back there getting the football would like to go with it, but it's not always the smartest thing to do. So 75 yards away from potentially tying the game is Eastern Kentucky.
Eastern Kentucky starts 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Parker McKinney, pride of Coalfield, Tennessee, operating the quarterback controls. In trouble. Been sacked 6 times today. How about 7?
This BG defense.
Adrian Wilson credited with his first sack of the day.
Offensive linemen having a tough time here, holding their water.
Well, after chasing DTR around at UCLA last week, this is a refreshing afternoon. 2nd and 15. Play clock at 5. McKinney with time over the middle. Dakota Allen breaks the tackle. He is short of the first down, but now more manageable 3rd down with 3rd and 4.
Gave him an extra yard there with the 3rd and 3.
Now we're looking at 2-down territory here, or 4-down territory, if you will.
This is a big play.
Need to pick up 3. McKinney has got the 3 and then some. Smith with a first down to the 40. So they get out of a 2nd and 15, and now a first down at the 40-yard line with the clock stopped momentarily.
Jaden Smith just with a quick hitch route here. And defensive coordinator Eric Lewis talked about that.
Penalty flag on the play. McKinney hits Allen for a first down to the 43. Now the question is, will it hold up? Flag was thrown back at the 40.
Offside, number 11, defense. Penalty is declined.
Wow.
Result of the play is a first down.
Yep. Play stands, and it is a pickup of 17.
Way to take a big hit there. He knew it was coming. Holding on to the football. And that takes courage, guys.
It does.
Mouthpiece flying.
Nobody giving up any quarter in this game despite the heat. McKinney with time. Now gets rid of it, shooting it down the field. Caught! No, incomplete.
My goodness. That would have been a heck of a play by Mo Edwards there.
For a minute, I thought Mo had it. And he did for a moment, but difficult to haul in.
And great defense there by Jordan.
And Edwards shaken up. 2nd and 10. $1:49 left in the game. Bowling Green hinting at a blitz. Now backing everybody up and rushing 4, dropping 7. It'll bring up 3rd down. Clock continues to move under a minute 40.
J.B. Brown was all over it on that shallow cross.
Eastern Kentucky must get the ball to the 33. McKinney. First down.
Way to make a play.
To the 30-yard line, Jaden Higgins with a catch.
After the catch, getting that yak.
They'll actually mark him at the 32. 32 yards away from a potential tie. Clock under a minute. 3 timeouts remain for the Colonels.
Some footwork after the catch, using his pivot foot. Did a little bit of a dream shake and got the first down.
Eastern Kentucky very content with the clock right now.
And they know how to use it.
And they've used a lot of it because now we're down to 44 seconds. And you got to get 6. So with 3 timeouts left, you're likely going to use at least a couple here if the ball is inbounds. Now the mark is at the 27.
Check out Dakota here.
Falcons dropping 7. McKinney out of bounds. 3rd down. Clock stops. 39 remaining. Well, not lost in the shuffle here about trying to get the game-tying touchdown is you got to get the first down.
Yeah.
And you need 5 yards in 2 plays. And you still have all 3 timeouts left. Could have a fabulous finish coming up. Bring it to you here in a moment. coordinator Eric Lewis of Bowling Green has seven sacks. Somehow Parker McKinney continues to keep on ticking here. And we get back to live action, a 3rd and 5. All 3 timeouts still remaining. 39 ticks remaining. McKinney stepping up and running. Can he get the first down? He does. 20 seconds, or rather the 20-yard line with 33 seconds left and a timeout called.
Quick drop back.
Eastern Kentucky.
Had the will to go get their yardage, and that's what leaders do.
Nighttime football and a whole lot of it in the Mid-American Conference tonight. Games beginning at 6 o'clock. Buffalo playing at home. Earlier today, Western Michigan and Ball State had a shootout. That one won by Western Michigan and Ferguson's 3 touchdowns. Buffalo and Miami all leading in their games along with Toledo. Tulsa leads NIU 7-0. Kent State and Oklahoma, 8 minutes in, no score. Already had one monster upset with App State beating A&M. And Marshall, which comes here next week, knocking off Notre Dame in South Bend. Eastern Kentucky now with 2 timeouts remaining for Parker McKinney.
Let's see who gets their number called here.
Cornelius McCoy and Smith are on the outside here, as a little confusion right now for the Colonels. Still plenty of time to run a play, though. Now they're set. Play clock to 5. Man in motion, McKinney. And what do we got?
Timeout. Eastern Kentucky.
Another one?
Their second of the half.
Probably
This will be
not a bad
30-second
timeout because there was a lot of confusion as to who was supposed to be in the game.
Yeah.
But the problem now is you're down to 1 timeout and you still have to go 20 yards. Well, Mr. McPeak, who typically is an administrator, assistant director of football operations, how do you like this job, huh? He's done well as the interim coach.
Big time. He's getting his money's worth today.
He is. And a coach at a number of levels on the high school front over the years.
Arena football as well.
Yep. Was on a staff that won a championship there. So what's your call now with 33 seconds to go?
1st and 10. We got to take a shot early. Let's see who's on the field for us here.
Got Smith, number 3. He's actually going to the far side. Dakota Allen. In a slot here on the near side. 4 receiver set. Half a minute to go. McKinney. And he one-hops that, but he was lucky to get out of pressure.
He really was. He did a lot of dancing to make it out of that situation.
It's awful close, isn't it? Sloan trying to haul it in. Will not be replayed. 2nd and 10 with 28 to go. Touchdown and PAT to tie. McKinney in trouble, and he's just going to get rid of it. 3rd down. Otherwise, he'd have been swallowed up for the 8th Bowling Green sack. And there's a flag on the play. Well, did he get out of the tackle box? Actually, that wasn't the concern. Holding was.
Wow.
And if you're the Falcons,
number 74, offense, 10-yard penalty.
you're going to push it back
down.
10 because you're just trying to defend the goal at this point.
That's going to hurt there. Peyton Collins with the hold.
Football at the 30. Let's see if McKinney takes a shot or tries to get half of it back. stepping up. He'll run for the with the football.
Wow.
Breaks a tackle, still going, and out of bounds. How about that?
McKinney is making some miracles with his legs.
Grant
Still on
in
his
pursuit.
feet. Great blocking out of there, too.
Yeah. It'll be 3rd and 10 now, back to the original line of scrimmage, but just 12 seconds left. Take a shot here.
Why not? Check out McCoy.
Bowling Green, offsides, I think.
Offside. Number 9, defense. Cross the neutral zone, causing the offensive play to react.
So the ball goes from the
5-yard
20 of
penalty,
Bowling Green to the
remains 3rd
15.
down.
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 5.
5 yards to get the first down.
Check out McCoy at the bottom of your screen.
15 yards for the touchdown. McKinney to the end zone. Allen gets bodied, wants
And
a
it's
flag, got it.
It's definitely a flag.
Pass interference coming up against the defense. But we're down to 7 seconds.
Patrick Day contesting there.
It's a
Looked like-
tough matchup for him, isn't it?
Yeah. He
Pass
said that he
interference.
was
Number 32, defense.
a
By
problem
rule,
for
the ball will be
safeties.
placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down. Number 52 of the offense must leave the game for one play for a helmet off.
So the spot of the football will be inside the 5. How many plays can you run with 7 seconds to go? From the 2. Got to make sure if you're throwing a pass here, use up 6 seconds, not a second longer.
Yep.
Automatic first down.
It's going to be something quick. Really quick. Look for Jaden Smith here.
Spotted the football officially at the 3. 7 seconds to go. A timeout left that may matter, depending on what play is called here and what happens. McKinney looked at his sidelines and now ready to run the offense. Biggest play of the game so far. To the end zone, incomplete. 3 seconds to go. Barring a defensive penalty, the last play of the game coming up.
McKinney tried the back shoulder ball here. Not quite.
You've got a quarterback that can run. So would you push him along the line of scrimmage and maybe give him an option here?
3 yards to go. That's a long 3. But he's been using his legs all day long. He's finding his way out of some tough situations.
Still waiting for the play in Eastern Kentucky will use its final timeout. Well, after 3.5 hours, it comes down to this.
Where's the time going?
When you're having fun, right? EKU will be a lot of fun in the A-Sun, and so will Bowling Green's position in the MAC this year.
Yeah, going back to the top of this game, I said that both teams had a lot to play for. Walt Wells making his way on the sidelines here, giving his team something to get excited about. Gary McPeak holding it down for his man. Said he didn't want to do too much, but he knew that the coach trusted him. He just told him to be himself. And EKU will have to show themselves here real soon.
Andy Richmond, the offensive coordinator. Gary McPeak, operating coach, interim coach for Walt Wells today. Barring a defensive penalty, last play of the game, it's the largest. McKinney, end zone. Touchdown!
Wow. What a catch. Jaden Higgins, they called his number, and he delivered. We saw an amazing catch from him earlier today. This is another one to add to the tally. Twinkle toes in the back of the end zone.
Wow.
Knew that a hit was coming his way. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Well, if you saw the LSU game, you know extra points are not automatic. Patrick Nations to try to send us to overtime. And Bowling Green will freeze the kicker.
They'll try to ice him.
Why
Their
not?
first charge timeout of the half.
Got 3
It's gonna be a
timeouts
30-second
remaining. You can't
timeout.
take them with you.
Might as well. Go ahead and ice this kicker, but Patrick Nations may have ice in his veins.
What a big time play, and today Jaden Higgins has made a couple of them. And you know, we talk about Patrick McKinney and his composure.
Yeah.
We watched him with 3 seconds to go talking to the coaches. And, I mean, did you know it was like the final play of regulation?
And that's so cool.
Could you tell?
And talking to Gary McPeak, he loves this guy because he says that he's like a duck on water, cool as can be up top, but on the bottom he's paddling like nobody's business, and you wouldn't even know it. Gotta love it. Poise and control out of your quarterback. That's what leaders do.
The extra point to try to force overtime.
And another one.
And this is a double ice.
What's cooler than cool?
This is ice, ice, baby here. Well, the Falcons had 3 timeouts going into this possession, and they likely use another one here. Why not?
Right. Give them something to think about on the sideline for a little bit.
If we go overtime, the first 2 scores in overtime will be under normal rules, but then we go to 2-point conversions the rest of the way. We've already had a game last year between Penn State and Illinois that went a whole bunch of overtimes.
He's looked like he's had a long day.
Yeah, I tell you what, braving this heat and humidity, 3 hours, 40 minutes, hats off, fans. Dunk your head in a bucket of ice when it's over. Let's see if Nations gets a chance here or if the Falcons use their final timeout. Overtime.
Right down the middle.
Wow. Why not? 38-38 after 4. It is time now for a little rules visit as we head to OT at Deutsch Perry Stadium. Lights have been on for some time. Shadows in. We're still playing football. Coin toss for the choice of offense, defense, or the end of the field. Each team gets 1 possession from the opposition's 25-yard line per overtime through the first 2 OTs. But must go for a 2-point conversion after the touchdown, starting with a second OT. And it's alternating 2-point conversions, replacing the offensive possession, starting with the third OT. If you win the coin toss, we see a lot of teams going defense first. If you were a head coach, what would you do?
Let's go defense first. Let's make a stop, put the ball in our hands, and let's go home. Let's go home.
Matt McDonald trying to stay loose for Bowling Green. I thought coach was supposed to be resting.
You knew better than that.
Yeah, how can you, huh? If he had spoken to his doctors and said, you know, I think we're going to go overtime, we're going to play 3 3/4 hours of football, still haven't everything decided, and I want to be on the sidelines for the whole game. Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Write a doctor's note.
Scott Loeffler, after a tiring game last week in California, now extended in the heat here. Lions score 24 second quarter points for Eastern Kentucky, gave them their first lead. Bowling Green trailed by 2 scores at one point, 31-17, and then scored 3 consecutive touchdowns before Eastern Kentucky, on a touchdown pass to Jaden Higgins at the end of regulation, plus the extra point, tied the game at 38. 2 quarterbacks meeting at
Okay, gentlemen,
midfield.
great game so far. Few rules about overtime, okay? You'll call the toss. If you win the toss, you'll have your choice of offense, defense, or individual. Each team will have 1 possession. Each team gets 1 timeout per overtime. They do not carry over, okay? First overtime, we play regular. Second overtime, if we get there, you have to go for 2. Third overtime, if we get there, we'll put the ball at the 3-yard line. Each team will get 1 questions. Okay, you're a visitor, your toss. What's your call? Tails. Call is tails. Tail. In Kentucky wins a toss, they will start out on defense.
Well, as you had recommended, EKU wins the toss, will defend first.
The Colonels like it up here, but they want to go home.
This game started at 4:02 Eastern time. We're approaching 7:45. Matt McDonald in the Bowling Green offense. Go to work first. Credit to this crowd. Many have stayed around.
Yeah.
Haven't been bored, that's for sure.
Oh, it's a party right now. We got guys with their shirts off in the crowd waving it around.
Oh, to be young again, huh? Here we go. First possession of overtime for the home team in the white. And Matt McDonald over center. With the fake. Looked like a wheel route. It didn't go. There's a penalty flag on the play on the short pass. Let's see if that's against Bowling Green. Took some time to develop.
But it's going back.
Holding.
Jason
number 50,
Patterson.
Offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Who had the go-ahead touchdown for Bowling Green in the 4th before Eastern Kentucky came back. Not the short catch, but the penalty now moves the Falcons back.
And that's going to hurt. Big play action there. C.J. Lewis was open down the seam. I thought he was going to toss it to him, but it was going back instead.
1st and 10 becomes 1st and 20. Now McDonald from the shotgun and an empty backfield. But Hilaire on the right side. Heading down the field instead. A little safety valve pass to Teron Keefe. And he gets back more than half of it there on the play. Close to 11.
He's been very important. Getting him out of tight spots with passes like these.
We've seen a lot of those safety valve passes today, have we not?
Yeah, making a guy miss. Big yardage afterward. But you need it. Look for a guy down the field, and what you think's going to happen didn't.
2nd and 9. More manageable play.
Wow.
First down.
He's taking over.
Inside the 15-yard line. Keith exploded on that play.
TK taking over this game. We just saw it with his hands a second ago. He wants the ball from the beginning this time. Well-deserved rest.
Now 1st and 10 for the Eastern Kentucky 12 here in overtime. Back to the running game. Why not? This time it's Jason Patterson.
And EKU just doesn't have an answer for the run game right now. They're running all over him.
Could be gassed a bit, don't you think?
It's been 3.5 hours and counting.
Yeah, coming up on 4. 2nd and 2 from the 4. I formation. Shove ahead. And the spot will be at the 4, so no gain on the play, 3rd and 2. If you fail to score here, are you going for 6? Or are you going to get points to at least put some pressure on EKU?
Yeah. That's a tough decision. But that's why they make the big bucks.
Third and 2, and still can get a first down here. McDonald rolling out, looking with the football, carries ahead, and he may have a first down. He's awful close. And he does. That's more important than anything right now.
Absolutely.
4 downs now from about the 2. As major replacements coming in for Eastern Kentucky.
The ruling on the field is the runner gained the first down. The play is under further review.
I'm going to put this one under the microscope.
We'll take another look. This one was close.
So Darwin Schaefer will be busy up in the replay booth, along with Amy Cornell, the communicator, to decide exactly where the knee went down. Line the game for the first down was a 2. If he's short of that, it'll be 4th and goal. Or 4th down and 1, excuse me. If they overturn.
Yeah, I think so. I think that one may be coming back. And this is a big, that makes for a big play and that big decision that we were just talking about.
The spot right now is the 3-yard line, so he's short.
After review, it was determined that the ball carrier's knee was down with the ball at the 3-yard line. Therefore, it'll be 4th down, 1 yard to go.
Officials got it right on a big play, too. Our referee, Ron Hudson, to make it official. 4th and 1 from the 3. This is for a first down, by the way.
Can you get any closer? The run game has been working. You feed TK here and keep this thing moving.
Teron Keith in the backfield, wears 19. Lewis, a wideout, comes to the left side. Need a yard. Movement.
Oh.
Each side says the other side is guilty.
Offsides, number 22, defense, contact with the offensive player. Penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal, which results in a first down.
And that's Eli Harrison. Couldn't hold his water back there. And there were a few guys that jumped. Jackson.
That will make a 1st and goal situation for Bowling Green. From the 2 in overtime. And another flag.
Ball starts, number 53, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Now back to the 7. Look at the movement on the left side, I believe.
A little excitement.
Sure, why not? Tunde Fadakati with the movement. That play goes nowhere. 2nd and goal from the 7.
And Chase out there making a tackle. Good to see him back on his feet.
Lassiter started the game with 4 consecutive tackles. Was shaken up, continued in the game. Almost thought for a minute that McDonald faked the handoff and was going to roll in. We've seen that play run already today.
Oh, yeah.
All receivers to the right of the quarterback. On 2nd and goal in OT. McDonald flushed out, still looking. And we'll run out of bounds, and we'll see where the spot is. And a flag on the play.
Oh, boy.
Which means a fresh set of downs if the penalty is on Eastern Kentucky. Let's see if it was worthy of a flag. Oh, I don't know about
boy.
that.
We said it earlier
After
today.
the play was over, personal foul, number 33, defense, late hit out of bounds.
Sorry, Ron, I
Penalty
don't
is
agree.
enforced
Wow.
half the distance to
Yeah.
the goal and results in an automatic first down.
We mentioned it earlier today when McDonald hit the pavement. When his he's got some acting chops, and he used them there. Big flop, and it worked out.
So back to 1st and goal from the 2. High formation backfield. 2nd man to carry. And not enough push to the goal line. It'll be 2nd and goal. Jason Patterson, who has already had a touchdown in this game, carrying the football. He's 28. Teron Keith, 19. Jason Patterson, big touchdown earlier in the game. McDonald this time over center.
Misdirection there.
And nothing available. Eastern Kentucky making back-to-back defensive stands as Patterson carries again.
On this progress, the start is a 3-yard line, 3rd down.
And Gary McPeak knew that this was coming. He wanted to look alive for a misaligned. A lot of split flow stuff and out of IT. So they were ready. They were ready.
Now 3rd and goal in the first possession of overtime. McDonald on the rollout. Touchdown!
And who else other than TK? He's been making plays all day long as a safety net. And he was definitely used there.
And quarterback McDonald made that happen. Now, because Bowling Green had a chance to indicate what side of the field they want to be on defensively, Eastern Kentucky will have to play into those fans after the extra point attempt. The kick is money, 45-38.
Uh-oh.
Now Lawler, a little contact on the opposite side with John Blount Jr. There's a nice fake too by McDonald, and
that freed him up.
Keith, yeah, it did. Pretty rollout too, just eluded. Chase Lassiter, who's been all over the place today defensively.
A lot of back and forth. You didn't know if they were going to walk away with the score on that drive, quite honestly.
Let me correct something. The possession actually we begin at the opposite side of the student section. Eastern Kentucky needs 7 to tie to force a second overtime. Parker McKinney will go to the ground. And a loss of 2 on the play. And Keandre McGlure had nowhere to go.
Yeah, it was swallowed up pretty quickly there. Carl Brooks among the guys that ate him up.
Officially a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Timeless overtime period. All based now on downs. Bowling Green showing blitz.
One-on-one.
McKinney with man coverage to Smith. Did he get it?
That's how you make a play.
Yes,
right
he did.
Jaden Smith.
Inside the 5. Huge play. Good for 20-some yards. And 1st and goal.
Nice back shoulder ball.
on a fade route, mano a mano. Talk some smack, why don't you?
Football at the 3, first and goal. McKinney will hand it off, and now the push toward the goal line.
Make his way in.
Eastern Kentucky thinks so. How about that?
On the early side.
Smith with a score brings Eastern Kentucky within 1. And they will go for the extra point.
Progress has never stopped, resulting in a touchdown.
And you heard Ron Hudson moments ago. His forward progress was not halted.
How about that, McLeod?
I don't know if it was the Bush push that we saw at USC and Notre Dame, but it worked. Must hit this extra point to force a second overtime. Patrick Nations. 45-45.
We got ourselves a party. Let's keep this thing rolling.
No hands off the ball. You know, congratulations to both sides. The way they play this game, I mean, in immense heat. And nobody's been giving any ground. Hats off to each side. Well, we've already experienced the first possession. Now we go to the second one. And these are the overtime rules that matter. And the 2-point try now has to be in vogue for both teams should they score a touchdown. The whole idea was to limit long overtimes and also final scores that look more like NBA scores by the time they finished up.
Right.
Which I always thought was a discredit to the defense. You can hold a team to 28 in regulation and then you lose 74-71.
Right.
Looks like you played a awful game defending. That drive, just 3 plays, 25 yards. McLeod got the 3-yard touchdown run and the push from the offensive line. We approach the 8 o'clock hour in the Eastern time zone. And Eastern Kentucky will be on offense to start this second OT. Again, after a touchdown, must go for 2. Low snap. McKinney picks it up and fires a bullet to Smith.
Jaden Smith making some plays, taking some shots. He looked like a ping pong or a pinball in there. Bounced around a little bit, the ball bouncing on the ground. Him making a big catch, bink, bink. Big first down.
Good for 19, first and goal now for the 6 for the Colonels. McKinney to keep it. And able to squirm inside the 5. The spot will be the 4. Pickup of 2. Not a bad play call, but Bowling Green wasn't fooled.
Yeah, wasn't fooled at all. And a nice tackle by Deshaun Jones there.
He's the starting left corner for Bowling Green. Second and goal. Touchdown, Brayton Sloan.
There's our guy again. Hoisted up by the offensive line. It was the big boys up front with this push in the first place.
Pretty quick drive, too.
Yeah, and he just found the opening.
Now under new NCAA overtime rules, Colonels will go for 2. This is a big play for the Bowling Green defense.
Absolutely.
Higgins split out to the far side. To the end zone. Incomplete. Well, the Falcons now know what they need to match and potentially win it.
That one hurt a bit.
Good defense, too. That was tapped right before it got to the receiver. Dakota Allen. Allen still thought he should have had it.
Yeah.
It's one of those receivers that I think feels like it's within 20 yards of him.
Yeah.
He's going to get it.
Yeah, that's
one tough catch, though.
One that he wishes he had. But it happens.
Eastern Kentucky has scored in every quarter but the first. Bowling Green trying to make it a quarter score at least with a touchdown and a two-pointer to win it. McDonald setting up a screen. And boy, it was there too. For Teron Keith, he sold it nicely.
He had all day long if he had got that pass.
And instead, it's 2nd and 10. Well, they aren't big in number, but right now the Eastern Kentucky fans behind the Colonel's bench are hollering defense. And they have been vocal. Keith with a football. Inside the 20. Still with the ball. Down close to the 10.
There he is. Getting a big block out there from his offensive lineman.
This is good for 13 yards to the 12. Touchdown to tie, a two-pointer to win it. Back to the ground, and a broken tackle there. Yes, Keith able to carry near the 7.
Keith is a one-man band right now.
He is. The O-line's done a nice job of blocking here and setting up some holes up for him as well. Official spot is the 8, 2nd and 6. Can still pick up a first down to the 2. Now 3rd down.
A big possession here.
What's your call here?
3rd and 7. We got a pass. Christian Sims, look for him. Big boy number 88. Left-hand side of your screen.
Need to pick up 5 for the first down to the 2. McDonald comes pressure to the end zone. Caught.
What a play.
Touchdown.
O.J. Hilaire coming down with the big grab. Not a big guy at all. 6 foot, 180 pounds. But it doesn't matter. Call my number. I got you.
And you think back to the fact that they started to target him a lot more in the second half. Now, 2 points wins the game, which Bowling Green is required to go for.
Know your playmakers. Go to them when times are tough, when it matters. Playmakers make plays.
And Eastern Kentucky is going to use a timeout to set up defensively.
Eastern Kentucky.
Get one timeout in the overtime.
What a
Bowling
game.
Green now with an advantage.
What a game.
Yeah, it's officially 4 hours now.
Going into this one, you guys might have heard me in the intro. I said it was going to be a competitive, close one because a lot of these teams, both of these teams had a lot to play for.
Sure.
And somebody turned the channel. But you were wrong.
If you're back with us, welcome back. 102 points scored. 4 quarters plus our second overtime. Almost a thrill a minute since the first quarter ended. Eastern Kentucky got a game-tying touchdown late in this football game. Actually, with no timeout remaining. No time remaining to force overtime. Now Bowling Green can win it on a 2-point try. Empty backfield, Matt McDonald. The snap. The rollout. Throwing for the win. Caught! Now the question is, will it hold up? There is a flag on the play. Oh my, if you're Bowling Green.
Holding. Number 10, offense. 10-yard
Take the
penalty.
2 off the board.
We'll retry the point.
Look at the fans there. It's like, you got to be kidding.
Yep.
Let's show the hold to you.
Oh, yeah.
There
And
it is right
it was
there.
blatant.
Yeah.
And what a miraculous catch. The immaculate reception.
Well, Levi Gazaric did everything after the hold to say, hey, hands off, I'm okay. But instead, now the 2-point conversion will come for the 13. Otherwise, we go to a third overtime. Still for the win, McDonald. For the victory. Oh. Let's play another overtime.
Let's do it to it. Wow.
Haynes back defending well for Eastern Kentucky.
Throw it up high. Roney can get to it. Not quite.
We have a Falcon down back at the 25-yard line. So now it's nothing but 2-point conversions.
Wow.
Determining who wins the game. I just hope these teams have the day off tomorrow.
Absolutely nothing but 2-point conversions here on out in this third overtime game. 51 up.
Alex Wolschlager was the injured player. So EKU will go on defense here to start this third overtime. And in the new NCAA rule, just implemented within the last 2 years, 2-point conversions after the second overtime are in play. So no down and distance here. You either score or have to defend the other team scoring. McDonald this time for the gun with Teron Keith in the backfield and Lewis in motion to the far side. McDonald looking and throwing. That's good for 2.
Easy money.
Christian Sims, 53-51 of Bowling Green.
The 6'4", 240 tight end making his way on the shallow cross, spinning just because he feels like it. One and done.
Eastern Kentucky will have a chance to match here in this third overtime from the 3-yard line. And the ever comfortable, smooth Parker McKinney back at the controls. What a football game. This for the tie.
Cool as a cucumber.
2 points. 53-53. We have a penalty, and it's going to be coming up against Eastern Kentucky. Could be offensive pass interference.
Pass interference.
And it is.
Number 9, offense, walking downfield. 15-yard penalty.
Wow.
We'll retry the down.
Number 9,
pass interference,
Jaden
number 9,
Higgins.
offense. 15-yard penalty. We'll retry the down.
All right.
So instead of from the 3, you're going back 15 yards. And now let's see how Bowling Green defends it, because you can drop everybody near the goal line if you have to. And this crowd is as amped up as it's been all day. Must go 18 yards just to tie the game. One play. That's it.
Kentucky, their first time out of this overtime period.
Eastern Kentucky using its first time out of this overtime period. Well, they had the 2-point conversion, and Jaden Higgins, who's played a heck of a game at receiver, is called for a push-off.
Yeah, had it and lost it just that quick. But to be in this position, I know that Gary McPeak and Walt Wells wouldn't have any other quarterback in than Parker McKinney. Cool as a cool cucumber. One play to go. Everything's on the line. They got the right guy.
I think if you're a fan of either of these teams, you ought to think about season tickets, because it won't be a drag to watch them this year at home. How does Eric Lewis defend here? Is he going to drop a couple defenders back to the goal line?
Oh, yeah. That's the best way to do it. Look at him already playing back. Everyone's 10 yards off.
Going to be the final play of this epic game. McKinney looking for 2. Got it! Oh my gosh!
What a play!
Wow!
And who else but number 9, Jaden Higgins?
He redeems himself, huh?
That's what it's all about. Sorry about that, Coach. I got you here.
Wow, what a catch.
Picturesque.
And McKinney, who nearly got dragged down,
Damn.
got rid of it just in time. I'm not sure this game will ever end. And I'm not disappointed.
Not one bit.
So officially, we're going into 4th overtime. 53-53. I don't know what the curfew is at the MAC, but might be approaching it eventually.
No doubt about it.
So in this overtime period, Eastern Kentucky will start first with a 2-point try. How about that? One play from the 18 when you've got your defenders back, and it doesn't matter.
All or nothing.
Yeah. Now a little shorter distance for McKinney to start the 4th overtime.
Yep.
And Eastern Kentucky gains the advantage. And it's Higgins again. Talk about redemption, huh?
Let's pad the stats, man. Gotta love it. Nice route here, easy slant right down the middle. And he's the only one there. Whoop.
Many years ago when Purdue played an epic game without the 2-point conversions with Minnesota in the Metrodome, the score up in the 50s, they asked Jim Coletto afterwards why you lost. He said, we missed our free throws.
Gotta get him from the charity stripe.
So Bowling Green needs to go 3 yards to match and force a 5th overtime. Teron Keith in the backfield with Matt McDonald. Whom will he call on here?
Here's the game.
A look to the sidelines. To the end zone.
Oh,
Caught!
my goodness, these receivers. O.J. Hilaire.
Again. Back in the end zone.
My goodness, put the ball only where his receiver could get to it. O.J. Hilaire has some speed. That was a hitch and go route. Caught his defender sleeping for a second. And it's nothing but a foot race. And O.J. is going to win that 10 times out of 10.
Not sure if the play is being reviewed. Ron Hudson is near the microphone right now, the man with a white hat. But there is some conversation going on. And time will be called. Two teams could use a break.
Eastern Kentucky has chosen to go on defense for this overtime period.
So the 2 points are good. There is no review of the play. Double nickel, both sides, 55-55. And I believe Hudson City Eastern will go on defense here.
And that makes it, what, 6 overtimes?
5, but who's counting?
Exactly.
I love these fans, man. Nobody's left.
How could you?
You can't. Well, how you like the overtime rule of the 2-point tries, huh? It's certainly been providing some high theater here.
Yeah. Lots of emotions. It's not going to be a 3 yards in. Let's back it up to the 18 and still get a toss.
There's the whiteout fans of Bowling Green's student body. Falcons on offense first to get nothing but 2-point conversion tries on both sides. And Matt McDonald once again at the quarterback spot. Who will we call on here? In trouble, shooting to the end zone and incomplete. And that means the Colonels can win it now on a conversion on its 2-point try.
Wow. Matt McDonald had a good while back there too. To pick and choose who he wanted this ball to go to. Got tipped.
Yep. Broken up the line of scrimmage.
Willie Taylor.
Transfer out of Washington State, who arrived on the scene late through the portal. They have made the biggest play defensively for Eastern Kentucky, which can win it with a score.
See if the Colonels can pull off the walk-off.
Had to go 18 yards just to tie in a previous overtime. Now 3 yards for the win. And Bowling Green will use its only timeout.
Timeout.
Just as
Bowling
Eastern
Green.
Kentucky was.
Their one timeout of
ready
this
to
overtime
snap.
period. This will be a 30-second
Scott
timeout.
Leffler was on his horse.
It's all about timing, isn't it?
Always.
You got your play set, not so fast, as Lee Corso might say. This game began at 4:02 this afternoon. We'll pass the 8 o'clock hour now. Just to review this film might take all week for these coaches. So many highs and lows, so many spectacular plays made by receivers, particularly in the latter part of the game. Bowling Green's defense has 7 sacks, but now it's on its heels.
Wow. And here's the game.
Yep.
Away. Let's see what happens.
Higgins on the right side along with Dakota Allen as the 2 receivers. Sloan in the backfield, McKinney. There's the toss. Handoff, not going to work. A gadget play of all things.
Oh, man. They tried some trickery. Tried to give it to the big boy.
Wow. And
on the pitch and catch.
maybe the better question is why?
Wow. They were all over him.
Why now?
Yeah.
After Higgins has been the guy. Well, that'll be one of the many questions that'll be asked in the press conference, along with other things.
Yeah, she has the same face I have right now.
Yeah. McKinney shaking his head too.
Missed opportunity there.
So we continue to play. Love to be a sports writer trying to recap this thing in 500 words or less, or whatever they're allowed. How many column inches? Boy, of all times to try a gimmick.
In the clutch like that, they wanted my man to make Sports Center. Drew Hart. Oh, boy.
Eastern Kentucky will go on offense to start this overtime. Once again, alternating 2-point tries. Randy Buffington, Jim Barber here in a marathon. Parker McKinney is the quarterback for the Colonels. No trickery here. Looking and throwing. Contact. Yeah. It'll be pass interference against the Falcons. Brock Horn in the middle of it was the one that made contact.
Pass interference. Number 2, defense. Foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line.
When this is over, I want to get a copy of all the plays.
And McKinney was looking for his favorite target here.
Sure. So the ball moves from the 3, Randy, to the 1.5-yard line, if there is such a thing.
Yeah. He had his shoulder pads right in his chest on that one. That was getting called yesterday.
Gives you a run-pass option here, potentially. And timeout being called by Eastern Kentucky.
Timeout. Eastern Kentucky. They're 1 timeout of this overtime period. You get 30-second timeout.
Six overtimes looks nuts down there. that ticker.
Frankly, it is nuts, but it's sure a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And a credit to fans on both sides, mostly Bowling Green fans who have stayed the distance. In fact, if I heard this kind of game was going on, I was back in my dorm, I'd hightail it out here.
Might as well. The game will still be going.
Yeah. Might have a couple more hours to go here. I don't know. Colonels will have a long ride back and a lot to talk about, depending on how this finishes. So now the penalty from the 1.5-yard line. Sloan in the backfield with Parker McKinney, the quarterback, as they spread the receivers out. This for the lead. Sloan straight ahead. Got it.
And they have options. That's the thing. Like, those 4 receivers split out. They had no idea if they were going to Jaden Higgins again.
Well, the penalty gave you some options, too. It got you closer.
Yep. And Braden Sloan, like a missile, making his way through there unscathed.
So if you're scoring at home, and we'd love to talk to you, I've been able to keep track of this one. It's 57-55 Eastern Kentucky. Bowling Green needs 2 to tie and force a 7th overtime. I believe Penn State and Illinois played 9 overtimes last year, I think.
Whew.
Ball game on the line, especially for Bowling Green right here. McDonald, empty backfield. What's the play call here for the Falcons? Snap back, throw to the end zone.
Again.
Caught.
That was the same play.
2-point conversion.
That they ran just a bit ago. Let's go to our playmakers. O.J. Hilaire, foot race, shrug of the shoulders.
57-57.
And a dart.
And here comes the 7th overtime.
Great adjustment there to make that catch. Looking over one shoulder, making the adjustment. 6 or 2 in this case.
Eastern Kentucky has chosen defense for this overtime period.
Well, neither team's been able to make a defensive stop. In fairness, the ball starts from the 3, or in case of Eastern Kentucky's offense, from the 1.5-yard line, which is hard to defend under normal circumstances.
Right.
ESPN Plus proud to bring you Guess we could call this a classic.
There's no question. Instant classic.
Entering overtime 7. I love kids' reactions. It's like, hey, you know, we got the whole night to ourselves. We don't care.
Who's tired? This is what we train for.
We'll study later. To start overtime 7, Bowling Green is on offense as we alternate opportunities here. Falcons trying to gain the upper hand and put the pressure on Eastern Kentucky. McDonald. Didn't get it.
Ooh.
And Eastern Kentucky now a chance to walk it off.
That was a tough one there.
Ruling on the field, an incomplete pass. Eastern Kentucky
To
try.
Levi Gazaric. He's a dual sport athlete. Plays football and he's also a pitcher.
Right-handed pitcher, not a bad one either.
Let's see if EKU is going to strike out on this one.
Two points would win it. From the 3-yard line into 7th overtime. McKinney for the win. It's over. Eastern Kentucky wins a marathon.
Gotta love it. Braden Sloan making his way to the end zone. He's been making plays all day. What else do you expect?
In a game that took nearly 4.5 hours, honestly.
Lots of emotions on the field right now.
Oh, man. And why not?
They left it all out there.
Got it to the right guy. Braden Sloan, and just able to get to the end zone to win it.
Great hands there.
You think back to that play from the 18-yard line where they needed 2 points just to force another overtime and converted. So here's a look at overtime record games. We mentioned Illinois and Penn State, 9 OTs. This one goes right up there with A&M, LSU, Western and Buffalo, and North Texas and FIU. A pleasure to bring it to you.
What a day. What a day for Gary McPeak. Making it happen for his guy on the sidelines, Walt Wells, and they're taking one back with him.
Well deserved. Look at Walt. I wonder if somebody had told Gary, look, we're going to give you the job and you're going to play 4.5 hours and 7 overtimes, and what do you think? He probably would have taken it.
Oh, he was going to sign up regardless.
What a day it has been. 116 points scored, and Eastern Kentucky with a final 2-point conversion wins it 59-57. Great to have you with us for it. Hope you enjoyed it.